Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome to April the 27th, 2021. Sorry I'm a little late this morning, just running around the house and getting stuff ready and had to get my hair all purdied up and get all ready for you. Nice to see you. Welcome one, welcome all to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm Uncle Bruce, your buddy. At least I think I'm your buddy. I'm doing the best I can to be your buddy. Please like me. Thank you, all of you, for hanging in and waiting around for the show to start today. Just lots going on this morning in the pre-market and lots happening last night in the aftermarket. And I'm just trying to gather it all up and figure out where everything is headed. And as you can imagine, it's been an interesting 12 hours. We left yesterday. In the at the end of the day, what were the shares doing? They were 168.93 on GameStop. We were flirting with the 170 neighborhood and just couldn't really hold it. And there was hope that maybe the stock would go a little higher yesterday, maybe in the 175, 180 range, but it couldn't get there. Sorry, folks, I gotta get the gunk off my glasses. Anyway, after the market last night, the company comes out with an announcement. Surprise, surprise! We've issued 3.5 million shares, and we raised $551 million in fresh cash. And so GameStop now, according to my calculations, and I'm just a guy in a living room in Creston, British Columbia, in Canada, by the way, wishing you all the best. According to my calculations, they had over $650 million in cash on hand at the end of the year end. Then they announced that their first quarter, their numbers are up for February. The numbers are up for March, and I have a suspicion that their numbers are up for April. And by the end of this quarter, I think they've made more money. But aside from that, 640 million cash on hand or something like that, 620, 640. They paid off, or they announced that they were paying off their 10% loan. The loan they had for $217 million. That's gone in 3 days on the 30th of April. That's when it's called in. They'll be out of debt by the end of the month, which would bring their cash position to 400 million. Now at 551 million fresh cash, 950 million, as much as 950 million in the bank. Did they pull 50 million out of the first quarter? I don't know. Have they raised more money from sales? I don't know. But let's just say they've got over $900 million cash in hand with no debt. And let's also figure it out that at 70 million shares that were outstanding, plus 3.5 million now issued, 73.5 million. Divide the 73.5 million shares into the 900 something million dollars. And you quickly figure out that these guys have got like $12, $13 a share in cash in the bank. That's how much cash you have. Now, there's an analyst out there that says the company is worth $10 a share and it's a sell. They now have more cash in the bank per share than this guy rates the company at. You want to pay attention to a guy like that? Again, it's not his fault. The company just raised the money yesterday. He hadn't raised the money when he wrote the report. So maybe he'll revise his report and give him a $12 value. Maybe he'll throw in a couple of bucks for possible upside and give him a $15 value and call it a sell. Tell you to get the hell out. I don't know. Anyway, good news. The company has I think they're going to have between $12 and $15 cash on hand here, depending on the first quarter results and the company's what they're doing going forward here. Fantastic. So we're not going back to $5 a share. We're not going back to $10 a share. I don't think we're going back to $20 a share. I know we're not going back to 50. The question is, where are we going with this company and its share price, and why? And it's 184.69 on the pre-market right now. It closed last night around this neighborhood as well. It had hit a high of 199 last evening. On a real surge, 1.6 million volume or something last night. It was a lot of volume last night for an aftermarket. This morning, 256,000 traded, looks like. Sitting right here, we're on 185 a share right now. Very healthy pre-market, holding its own. and a zillion theories out there as to what the heck is going on, right? That's what it is. And I cannot give you the deep due diligence on what's happening behind the scenes. I can only interpret for you what I always try to interpret for you, looking at what I see and what you are able to see. I'm trying to interpret in plain English what the heck is going on. And I hope that's good enough for most of you out there. I know some of you, it's just not good enough. You might have to go somewhere else, because I am not going to be able to give you the deep inner workings of these companies, because it's just not my style and it's not my gig. But for those of you who like to enjoy what's going on in plain English, hi, I'm here, Bruce, trying to figure out over 40 years experience what is happening here. I like what I see. I very much like what I see. I love the fact that the shares were up yesterday anyway to 168.93, up $17. I was happy with that. I was thinking if they would spend last night between 165 and 170, I'm a happy guy. But oh no, the stock decided to go up another $12, $15, $18 a share. Thank you very much, I say. Way to go, GameStop. Way to go, GameStop shareholders. And what is it that did this? Why is it that these shares are doing what they're doing? And I have a suspicion, I have a hunch, I have a gut feel down here. There are short sellers beginning to go, oops, maybe we're on the wrong side of this trade. Maybe there's more to this GameStop than we were led to believe by New York analysts. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe they've been talking about this company's demise at any time. They've been talking about, complete collapse. But what they haven't been upfront with us, they haven't been straight with us in a couple of areas. And the number one area that I keep coming back to this, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but I have to be, to emphasize to all of you out there who watch me regularly or watch me occasionally, this company didn't issue any stock in the last year. They didn't have to issue any shares to survive. And these guys are being compared to Blockbuster and Radio Shack, and they're being compared to AMC. They're being compared to other companies who either could not raise any money from the market because the market wouldn't give them any, or they did raise money from the market in bucket loads. I mean, absolute bucket loads of money were raised. Look at AMC. They pulled off an absolute miracle of survival, corporate survival at the highest level. And I give kudos to the management, the senior management of AMC. These guys pulled off the unthinkable, how a company was shut down across the board. They only have one way they can make money, and that is selling you popcorn, cola, snacks, and have you watch a movie. They were shut down everywhere. Hollywood wasn't releasing any movies for them to show, even if they were open. And yet they were able to pull off deal after deal after deal with their creditors and their their landlords and everyone else to stave off elimination. But the cost to the company, there had to be a cost, was we got to issue a bunch of paper, got to issue a bunch of stock and raise money as best we can. We got to renegotiate our long-term debt, get new debt, or organize our debt, whatever we got to do. In other words, offer the bankers more interest on our loans to survive and keep going. And so AMC did the absolute miracle of miracles. The reality, of course, is that 2 years ago, there were 107 million AMC shares outstanding, and now there are about 470 million outstanding, and the company is about to issue or be allowed to issue another 500 million shares if necessary, when necessary, to, again, bring in additional cash if needed to survive. Okay, way to go, AMC. Way to go, AMC. That's what I'm going to say about that. GameStop did not issue any stock to anybody for anything. They didn't have to renegotiate landlord deals left, right, center. They didn't have to renegotiate billions of dollars in debts. They didn't have billions of dollars in debts. They still have zero. They have now zero long-term debt as of the April the 30th coming up. They have I think a $20 million credit line they're carrying or something like that. It's chump change. They have 900 plus million bucks in the bank now, cash, no debt, and there's no need to raise any more money for the electric bill, or the rent here or the rent there. What are they going to do in the next 12 months? It's pretty obvious. They're going to allow leases to expire all over the world for their stores. They have leases that are anywhere from 1 month to 5 years old, if that. And in the next, I think, 2 years, they could literally drop 60% of their retail locations at their option if they want to. And they could go from 5,000 plus stores to 2,000 stores in the next 2 years. And 2 years after that, they could be down to 500 stores. Just letting the leases run out and allowing the company to completely shift over to e-commerce, increase their profit, their offerings by, I don't know how many 1,000% more. They can go from, once they used to offer maybe 200 items on their website, they could go to 2,000 items on their website. I don't know how far it'll go. How big can GameStop go on the e-commerce side? And this is just internal growth, organic growth. This is their own, picking up this company's product line, adding it to their website. There is no electronic provider out there. There's no electronic parts maker. There's no computer company that would not want to deal with GameStop. If GameStop called up and said, "Hey, hi, how you doing? I understand you got 200 different items that you sell, and we'd like to add them to our website." They're going to go, "Yeah, sure. We'd love to have you added to. You got 55 million members of your Power Up Club. We know you got traffic on your website. But yeah, well, we're going to go global. We're going to sell. Oh, that even better. That'd be fabulous." By the way, when a customer wants service from you guys, on your website, what happens? Do you do what other companies do, where you have an 800 number and then they get that automated message crap, and they have to hit number after number after number after number, and then hold for a representative, and then 20 minutes later they talk to someone from the Philippines? Is that the game plan for you guys? No, we're setting up a U.S. call center. We're setting everything up in the USA, and we have to have the phone answered within 3 rings by a human being. Oh, that no one does that. No one does that. Well, yeah, I know. We did it at Chewy, and we still do it at Chewy, and we're going to do that here at GameStop. Gamers who call GameStop in the future will get a human being instantly. And what can I do for you? And what do you need? And how can we help you? And that's not working? Well, let's try this first. Maybe you've got a computer glitch that can be repaired. Maybe there's a way we can fix this without you having to buy something. Service. Complete love for the customer, complete understanding. And these gamers are just going to go, "Whoa, this is unbelievable. I called GameStop. I thought I had to spend $200 on a new whatever. I talked to the rep on the phone, and we figured out how to. It's actually working. I just had a computer glitch. I had a software glitch in my computer. Well, I didn't need to buy this needlessly, or you know what? They helped me with this and that because I needed this one part, but it actually turns out that I need this part and this part because there's more increased stress on my systems and blah, blah, blah." Who knows? It's going to be one-on-one customer service. It turns out it'll end up for GameStop much higher revenue per transaction, much higher profit per transaction. And you have people in a call center helping customers rather than a customer having to get in their car, driving to a shopping mall, finding a parking spot, letting their kids run ragged wherever they're going, and trying to get into the store, wait in line after 4 or 5 other customers are looked after to talk to the beleaguered part-time employee that would really rather be doing something else, and asking them a question that they are unqualified to answer. Those days are gone. And the reality is, you could walk into a GameStop store right now and talk to an employee of the company and understand that they're being paid $10, $12, $15 an hour, whatever their wage is. And think to yourself, "Well, yeah, the company's, just hiring cheap labor to stand here. If I talk to the manager, obviously that person's getting more." But in reality, no. If you're talking to a college kid inside the GameStop store, you hang out for half an hour in there, that kid's wage is one thing, but the kid standing there behind the counter is inside a store. that is costing rent of 5, 10, 15,000 a month or more, depending on the mall location and their sales numbers. We're talking about GameStop stores that are paying $500 a day in rent and up per location. You have to factor that in to the hourly rate. And keep in mind, of course, from about 9:30 in the evening until about 10 in the morning, it's dark because the mall is closed. You can only be open 12 hours a day. You're paying $500 a day for 12 hours of your time. It's $40+ an hour for the location, plus the business tax, the insurance, the electricity, the common area expenses, and on and on and on it goes. So actually, a GameStop employee that you talk to one-on-one, that's a $100 an hour person as far as GameStop is spending. And they sell you a $25 item that they make $8 on in an hour, they're losing money unless other people are in the store and self-serving themselves and coming to the cash register and buying stuff from another employee. But at the call center is a place where you don't pay that kind of rent per hour per employee. It's much 1/10 the price. You have a call center with 100, 200, 400, 500 people with managers and assistants. You're talking about maybe $20 an hour per person, $25 an hour to run this system per person, not 100. You've just dropped your cost by 3/4, 75% drop in expenses to operate the company going forward on an e-commerce platform, because you do not need $500 a day rents in all of these different shopping malls around the world. Pretty smart thing. This stock is possible. It's just possible that there are people out there who are short this stuff, who were not aware of the total picture of what's going on with this company and its transformation. Didn't get it, hadn't heard it, didn't realize it, weren't being told it when they were convinced to do the short sale. And I'm thinking, and I'm just hunching here, I'm just guessing, I think this is beginning to happen. I think there are those out there who are, it might be just large investors, it might be small investment companies, it might be whatever, this fund, this hedge fund, whatever, globally, who are not in tune with what is going on with GameStop like you and I are, with all the little details that we're finding out and all the upside that's coming here. And they're beginning to go, they just raised $551 million additional cash at these prices. This is the first time they've ever done this. The stock went up $30 a share. You know what that means? These guys could raise another $550 million at a drop of a hat anytime they want it. Cohen could, between now and the fall, raise $2 billion more without even touching the stock. And as a matter of fact, if he did raise another $2 billion, the stock would go higher, because the street's going to calculate it out and go, well, they're not sitting on $12 a share in cash. They're sitting on $30 a share in cash. They're sitting on $50 a share in cash. Every time these guys raise cash, they have more dollars per share of cash in the bank. This guarantees you the stock isn't going back under 100 ever again. I mean, it's just not going to happen. More and more shorters, I think, are beginning to get the drift. There are so many bets going on GameStop through derivative trading that is off the market trading, the trading we don't see on volumes. I talked to you about 275,000 traded right now at 184.99, 185. There could be 10 times that much trading going on in derivatives and instruments that are tied to the stock price, but not in the market itself. And part of those trades could theoretically be a whole bunch of shares shorted that have to be covered as these bets get unwound. And I'm wondering, are there brokerage firms out there who are sitting on millions of shares, failure to deliver positions, that are saying enough's enough? We want off. We as a brokerage firm do not want to carry any more failure delivers on our stock, on these shares. We've just noticed in the last 3 days, over $10 billion of confirmed losses booked by investment bankers for that Archegos mutual fund overseas. That was supposedly just a small little thing. It was just a one-off. It was no big deal. Credit Suisse had a little issue and Nomura had an issue. It's all okay. Now we're finding out, no. This isn't a $2-3 billion headache. This is a $10.5 billion nightmare. And we're just learning more and more details of just how loosey-goosey these banks have been, how over-leveraged they allowed their clients to get. And I'm sitting here going, this GameStop thing, this thing could be so over-leveraged on the negative side that the springboard is just being loaded up. And you guys are about to see an absolute explosion on the stock. Unfortunately, if you were watching CNBC last night while I was on the air talking to you on the aftermarket, you may have noticed Fast Money. They mentioned it on Fast Money. Did any of you happen to see Fast Money last night? Did you hear the commentary from the people who were talking about it? Did you see the contempt? Did you see the snickering? Did you notice how they completely poo-pooed this company? Do you notice how they dismissed it as an absolute joke? Do they notice how they consider you folks out there, my viewers, absolute idiots? The folks at CNBC consider you folks absolute morons for being involved in this stock. No question about it. And I don't care what CNBC wants to say officially about, oh, we have journalistic integrity. That bullshit. Complete contempt for every single one of you as shareholders of this company. They will not report the facts of what is really going on here. They're just giving a headline, and then they poo-poo the stock as, well, it's overpriced, it's overhyped. It's the Reddit crowd. It's the Wall Street Bets crowd. It's just those people out there who are just buying this stock. That's all that is. And if you want more proof, did any of you happen to be watching CNBC this morning when they were on the early show here, the Squawk Box? Andrew Ross Sorkin had to report to the world that the company had raised $551 million. There was the stock chart behind his head over here, and he's talking to the other two hosts, Becky Quick and Joe Kernan, about GameStop raised $551 million. What are your thoughts on it? Did you hear Becky Quick's response? Total contempt. Total, what a joke. Total, so what? And she was talking about, oh, congratulations, GameStop shareholders. Your company just diluted itself again. They've never diluted themselves. They actually bought back 36 million of their shares at $5.19 a share in 2019. And now they've issued 3.5 million shares at $155 a share. Now, in my mind, in my old brain here, this old wrinkled brain inside this head, I'm thinking, wait a minute. If you buy 36 million shares from the open market over a year or two at $5.19 a share, that's $175 million. And then you sell 3.5 million shares at $155 a share and bring in $551 million. Math tells me that you're ahead on the amount of money. And the math tells me you only issued about 1/10 of the stock that you bought back. In other words, you've reissued 1/10 of the shares you bought back in 2019 to raise $551 million. I think what we're talking about here is the possibility of that these guys, they were to have sold all 36 million shares in this deal, they would have brought in $5.5 billion. And what did it cost them? $175 million back in 2019 to defend their company against short sellers who were trying to drive them out of business. And yet on Squawk Box, these guys, they have total contempt. They think you are idiots, you're morons, you're stupid, you're sucked in, you don't know what you're doing, and they will not change that perspective. So if you want to go to CNBC and get the real goods on GameStop, good luck to you guys. But this tells me something. It tells me that there are a whole bunch of shorters out there, hedge fund players and others who are so insulated into the little Wall Street world that they have no idea what's going on outside of their gigantic skyscrapers off that island of Manhattan of theirs. And again, I'm classifying them as that. It's not fair. Hedge funds are around the world. They're everywhere. But I don't think there's a hedge fund in Grapevine, Texas that's shorting this stock. I don't think anyone in Grapevine, Texas is shorting this stock because they know better. They know, oh, no. There's a big change happening here. And there's a new CEO coming to town. all bets are off as to who this person can be and the impact of this hire, what it can be and what it can mean. Also, the first quarter financials could be shockingly good. We're not shorting this stuff. No. And then Cohen is taking over the control of the board of directors on June 9th. We're not shorting this stuff. Are you kidding me? What are we stupid? No, we're not the idiots. No, the CNBC crowd are the idiots. These guys have shut off. They got the blinders on, and they can't wait to talk to their next Republican guest, or can't wait to talk to their next hedge fund runner, and they don't want to upset any of their Wall Street pals by somehow being neutral on GameStop, just neutral on the stock. No, they have complete contempt for this company and the stock and its shareholders, and especially retail shareholders who are buying this stuff. They have complete contempt for it. It is absolutely pathetic, and it is so obvious, and how they snicker on the air about it. Joe Kernan was the only one this morning. I was surprised. Joe Kernan was saying, well, guys, you can take the other side of this and realize that they sold stock at $155 a share. It's the first time they've ever done that. Don't you think maybe that puts a floor on this thing? And they just went, they were almost guffawing out loud. They were almost ready to double over in laughter at Joe Kernan to even think that, if these guys can issue 3.5 million shares at $155 a share and raise $511 million, don't you think that the buyers of that stock know something maybe we don't know, or they realize something about the future of this company we don't realize and we're not maybe paying attention to? Don't you think maybe, possibly? And the other two just didn't want to hear anything about that. Didn't want to go anywhere near it. Did they bring a guest on board to talk about it? No. Did they talk to any kind of a, well, they can't talk to an analyst. I guess that's the bottom line. They can't find an analyst to talk about GameStop with them because there is no analyst in New York that has the guts to stand up and say, this company's on a roll. This company could be really a big deal. This stock could really take off. There's a whole bunch of shit going on you guys don't know about. No, they don't have anybody to talk about that. There is no one in New York they can call up and discuss this with. It doesn't exist. They're all on the opposite side of GameStop. They're all convinced it's a brick and mortar failure. And there is no one with the street cred in Wall Street, apparently, that will stand up. Yet, Wall Street just raised $551 million for GameStop. Why isn't there anyone at Jefferies and Company on the air on a constant basis? Why isn't the Jefferies analyst always on the air for these guys? Why aren't there, I'll say it, why aren't there paid shills for GameStop all over the place like there are paid shills on the opposite side of GameStop? You got the enemies being funded by a whole bunch of players on Wall Street. Why doesn't the company have the opposite? I don't quite get that yet. But I'll cut him a break, as I always do. I'm going to cut him a break because I think the reality here is the GameStop people will be very active between now and hiring their CEO, very active with the new CEO up until the annual meeting, and then incredibly active the day after the annual meeting. Once Mr. Cohen is in charge, that his CEO is in place, his COO is in place, all these others are in place. I think going forward, you guys are going to get bombarded with positive spin on GameStop from every angle. And sooner or later, the folks at Wall Street, in general, the big market will go, I hadn't heard this before. Why hadn't we heard that? And this has been going on for, what, a year already or 6 months? Because all we've been hearing for the last 6 months is just what a bag of garbage this thing is. Why weren't the guys at CNBC talking about this? Couldn't you guys do any due diligence? No, they don't have any due diligence. They don't want to do any due diligence. They've been told either not to do due diligence, or they've been led to believe by their favorite hedge fund people, it's just a bag of garbage. Don't even bother looking into it. It's a waste of your time. I don't know, kids. We'll see what's going on. The stock right now, 184 on 295,000 shares on the pre-market. We are now 28 minutes away from the opening. Thank you for joining me today. I hope I haven't bored you too much with just the GameStop story, but it is the dominant story of the day, and this is where we're at right now. Thank you for your support of this channel and reaching out to me. Thank you for your kind words and comments. I appreciate it. Other news. Last night, Tesla came out with earnings and their numbers, and today everyone is dissecting the numbers. And there are positives and negatives with respect to the Tesla story and the Tesla stock and the Tesla future and the interpretation of Tesla's situation, and on we go. The stock right now is $716 a share, down 22 bucks from last night's close of 738. The volume so far this morning is a light 693,000 shares, which is telling me that there's selling coming in, but I don't know how much conviction there is on this sell side. If this stock had 3 million or 4 million shares of pre-market action on the downside, I would be telling you the street really doesn't like what's going on. But with only 698,000 shares traded, I don't know if this is enough of a negative statement on the stock. Yes, it's down, no question about it. It's down 3% in value. The company issued a report that showed higher profits and higher sales, but the due diligence people are saying, yeah, but they're making their money from selling credits, these pollution credits, because these guys produce an electric car. They have a vehicle on the road that is a non-emitter of pollutants, and they can sell these credits for cash, and that's how they're actually breaking even or making money. Others are saying, yeah, but there's every time they make a car, the car is getting less to make. It's getting less expensive to make each car they make. One, their factory is being paid out as the years go by, as each car goes through the line. That equipment is cheaper per car because 1,000 more cars, 10,000 more cars, 10,000 more cars. You are getting your money back from all that machinery you had to put in there 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and so on. The battery costs are dropping because Tesla is a world leader in battery production and in battery research, and they are spending a lot of money in battery research to bring out stronger, more efficient, more effective battery packs, less weight, less cost per, bringing the cost of a car or a truck or whatever you're going to do down to net out a higher net margin. Of course, the opposite, the negative people are going, yeah, but the Volkswagens are coming out, the GMs are coming out, the Fords are coming out, all these players are coming out with electric, and Tesla won't be all by themselves anymore. Yeah, okay. And then the other side of the argument, they go, yeah, but where are you going to charge your Mercedes or your Ford up with? Can you find 10,000 chargers around the world or 20,000 chargers like you can with Tesla? No, you can't. How's that going to work? And there's certainly not going to be a so-called free charging network anywhere for these brands. You're going to have to pay. And yeah, there are pay-for type units out there, but you're not going to get charged up in 15 minutes. You're talking 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You are restricted to city driving, likely, and you're restricted to commute kind of driving where you plug the car in at home and overnight you charge it up again and then off you go. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are those out there who have range anxiety, and depending on the demographic you're after for the buyer, certain demographic buyers, they want range. They like to get up and take off for the weekend. They want to, LA to Vegas. Let's have fun. They don't want to have to stop every 150 miles for a half an hour. They want to drive right to Vegas and then plug the car in at a parkade when they get there. And then when they leave, they're charged up to come home and they're all good to go. Certain cars can do that. Certain brands cannot. So that might be a deterring factor. So both sides of the argument are raging away here on Tesla. There's worry about Tesla. Are they yet making any money on their solar division? Are they making any money on their power walls? What are all these? What's it all about? Where the optimists are going, you got to remember, folks, that 5 years ago, this company was barely producing 50,000 cars. Now they're doing 500,000 on our way to 1 million cars a year and then beyond because they're building factories all over the place. Cut them a break. Let these guys grow to fulfill their potential, because that happened at Amazon for 20 years. Amazon grew and grew and grew, and no one saw money. No one saw profits. No one has seen a dividend from Amazon. And yet here we are. It's one of the most valuable companies in the world. And Amazon is no longer considered a Tesla's just going, hey, GM's been around, Ford's been around 100 plus years or more. You've had all the decades to invest in those companies and all the trials and tribulations. We started with nothing 15 years ago. Here we are now at this level. Here's where we're expecting to be in the next 5 to 10 years. You want to enjoy the ride? Do you believe in the future? Do you believe in the fact that Mr. Musk, who is still relatively a young man, has many decades left to give? You want in on this deal? You're talking about a Steve Jobs. You're talking about an inventor, a creator, a Henry Ford, a marketer like Lee Iacocca. You're talking about a guy who's trying to execute here. Are you in it for the long haul or aren't you? And so Tesla right now is really gyrating along here. And today, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if the shares trade down to 700 sometime today, but then again, they could go back up to 750 by tomorrow. So I would not be too negative on this stock for too long. Something tells me there's quite a bit of upside here. All right. A few other things. Let's take a look here. As far as our SPACs go, Starboard Value, we're down 2 cents on the pre-market to $9.95. Nothing worried about there. IPOE, the company is going to be known as SoFi. They're up again, 1709 in the pre-market. Nice to see. They actually were at 1750 this morning for a brief moment in time. They were 40 cents higher than they are now. They're still up 40 cents on the morning with 75,000 traded. And I just get the impression that, one, the shares dropped too far too fast last week or two. And number two, we are definitely getting closer to the deal. And more articles are coming out about Social Capital, Hedos Sophia Holdings Corp, or IPOE. More articles are coming out about the company as a long-term, viable, positive investment. And I am saying to all of you, as I've always said to you folks, I think these SPACs, this is when you get in them. You get in them when no one wants them, when they're still quiet, they're still early in the game, well before they merge in, and you pay the price of time to hang on to these shares. And when they do their mergers, I think you will be well rewarded for your investment of time and money. Gores Holdings, GVHI, or GHVI, excuse me. It's up 9 cents in the pre-market, 13.59, no volume here, 6,000 shares. They were in this 1360-70 range earlier this morning. Gores Holdings, Matterport is the company they're merging with, and there are more and more articles coming out on Matterport. It seems like weekly, I'm beginning to see more and more positive coverage of Matterport, and something tells me that this company, these shares, are going to do extremely well once the merger is completed. Over at Fifth Wall Acquisition Corp, this is the company that's going to take on merge with SmartRent. The shares are down 27 cents in the pre-market to 10.36. I'm not surprised. I think these shares are going to be in the 10.50 range for the most part for the next month or two, giving you time to pick these off and pick them up because the SmartRent merger, I think, is going to be a beautiful deal, but it'll take until the third quarter, they say. So we're looking at a full 90 days from now at least for this deal to go through and be completed. But I tell you, we are in the second quarter. This will be done in the third quarter. It could be done by August, September. And so you have some time here, but not forever. Get yourself some of these shares when you can. And again, tuck them away and get ready for the ride. Let's take a look here at VGAC, Virgin Group Acquisition Corp. Nothing going on here. It's down 4 cents to 9.97. There's talk about, someone mentioned to me something about along the lines that Citadel owns 5% of this company. It could well be that they've always owned 5% of this company. I'm not really sure. I like this deal. 23andMe is what this company is going to be called. And when that deal is completed, should be in the next 30 days, I think you're going to be very happy and surprised at how much news will be coming out of this company for the world to hear about. I think we're going to be quite active on that. Other stocks that I'm watching, Microvision, I'm just keeping an eye on it. It's up 90 cents on the pre-market right now. It's up 87 cents, 27.31. It's traded 10 million shares in the pre-market this morning. Microvision, MVIS, low trade in 52 weeks, 24 cents. High trade right where we are right now. They touched 29.30 this morning in the pre-market. There's a ton of speculation here. The worry I have about this stock, unfortunately, for those of you who are playing this, I think you're playing with a stick of dynamite that is lit. You just don't know it's lit because the fuse is inside. And when it goes off, you're going to lose your hand here. What I worry about is the moment that this play runs out of gas and we give up 20 to 50% in value of this deal. I do not see this as a takeover target. I do not see this company going to $100 a share. I do not see the short squeeze running this stock where some people want it to go. So be very mindful of this stock. Here today, gone later today is my initial gut feeling. I will not dispute, though, the number of shares traded are substantial. But I'll tell you right now, it's all on hype. It is not on financials. This company does not have any financials to speak of, to get excited about. They don't even have 20 million in sales on an annual basis. So be careful here. This is really an overpriced issue by a ton, and it may have already had its best moments. But look, I will tell you, I admit, stocks can take a shot, and they do. And this one is one of them. But the question right now is, has it already done it? There are people in here at $1, $2, $5, $6, $10 who are cashing out while you're coming in. And I don't want you to be the last one into this party. And I worry that maybe this is it, because even with yesterday's incredible day of 213 million shares traded, the aftermarket had everything going for it. And right now the shares are up only 67 cents in the pre-market right now. That's telling me that already in the pre-market, we are running out of steam here. And we may not have enough movement in the first hour or two to continue it. So watch out. Just be really careful, please. Chewy, the company that Ryan Cohen founded before he took over GameStop, 83.50 up 88 cents a share, has been in this range a couple of times this morning. We're talking about a company here worth $35 billion and climbing in market cap value. Do not be surprised if the shares of Chewy will break 100 again in the not too distant future, which will tell us that the market cap of the company will likely rise to in excess of $40 billion, maybe $42 billion. And I keep bringing this example back, and I will not stop. GameStop is going to be valued at a higher value than Chewy when it's all said and done, because GameStop will be a larger e-commerce company than Chewy is an e-commerce company. They'll both be profitable, but I think the GameStop profits can be much higher only because they're global rather than US based only for their business. If, however, right now GameStop were to be trading at approximately the same market cap that Chewy is trading at, your stock on GameStop would be trading right now at $450 a share. And at the moment, at 185, this stock is way behind GameStop on an equal footing basis. So I mentioned that to you. I will keep mentioning it. And I have a suspicion that it's possible that in certain areas of the hedge fund world globally, some players are beginning to hear this news and are beginning to figure this out, and they're checking it out themselves, and they're doing the math, and they're figuring out, man, GameStop did 2 billion plus sales in the fourth quarter. They're going to do 2 billion in the first quarter already. They're back to 8+ billion in sales. Last year's actual sales were 5-point-something billion because of the COVID. They're back up over 8. They could well get into the 10 billion in sales range next year, 2022. That is more than what Chewy is doing in gross sales. And if they are reducing that retail footprint and raising their margins, this stock, even if it just equaled Chewy, just equaled it, it's 450. Why am I shorting at 150 a share, 140 a share? It's now 186. Maybe I should cover my butt and cover myself, because I could get burned here. And that's kind of what I'm wondering. And maybe that is beginning to happen here. Apart from all the other stuff going on, remember, this Friday, options expire like they do every Friday. And at $186 a share at this moment, this stock Every contract that is 185 and lower is in the money. Last week it was 150 or lower in the money. Now it's 185 or lower. Well, these shares want to go to 220, 250 this week, and anything's possible. But a $220 stock this week would put all options at 220 or less, all in the money. That would be 15, 20 million more shares in the money on the naked short selling market over in Chicago this Friday. Just saying, the ingredients are all there. I just don't know what the follow through is going to be. I have no idea if there's a hedge fund waiting in the wings to slam this stock the minute we open for trading in 12 minutes. I do not know. I'll be here to find out with you. There was no selling yesterday into the market. There was no selling in the aftermarket until the stock reached 199 a share. Then we finally ran into some selling. Opportunistic selling, of course. Here we are at 186 right now. What do we do in the first hour of the day today? And how much volume will come into this stock from the outside? And is it forced buying? And as I said earlier, how many brokerage firms are going to say enough's enough? We're not carrying short positions anymore through these failure to deliver games. We want declared shorts or none at all. And the declared short position on GameStop apparently is 11 million shares. But I think you know what I know. You add up all the shares held by the institutions around the world of GameStop, and there's 100 and something million shares held by institutional holders. Then there's the retail investors. Remember, you folks out there who are considered morons by CNBC, there's 100 million held by you guys, as my best guess. It is a huge number. You guys have a ton of this stuff. I think you own more shares than exist as far as the original 70 odd million that were out there. I just get that vibe. It would not surprise me that the viewers of this channel who follow me regularly, all of you combined have more than 5 million shares of GameStop. Right there is 10% of the so-called free float that used to be in existence. I strongly suspect that the free float is less than 12 million shares, and almost half of it is here watching me live every day. The power you guys have, you have no idea. I don't know if you have an idea. I know some of you have an idea, but some of you don't have an idea how powerful you folks really are. If you do not sell your stock and do not make it available, this goes up. And not a lot of buying coming into this market, and there is buying coming into this market, but not a lot of buying already will move it. Without resistance on the upside, this thing can really go nuts. And so we're poised for a possible run. I don't know if it'll happen here, but it sure looks like there's all the ingredients are in place for this stock to take another shot. And we'll cover it for you. We'll do the best we can. 10 minutes to go until the opening. Thank you, everybody. Lloyd, thank you for your donation. I saw it. I've lost it. Appreciate the $5 donation. I know you're talking about something about 950 million that's in the company. Thank you for your donation. I'm going to double check something here right now. Here we go. I want to read your comment because you've waited a long time for me to get to it. Let's see if I can find it here. Is it here anywhere? Lloyd, yeah, 950 million is what we know. We don't have their sales from this quarter entering June 23rd. Will be very interesting. Lloyd, you're absolutely right. L4G Custom Fabrication said, wait, Bruce has a wrinkled brain. All of us shareholders have smooth brains. What's that all about? And thank you all for those of you, for these comments. I appreciate that already today. And welcome aboard new members. Welcome aboard members who are rejoining this channel. Thank you all for your loyalty to this channel and also following me and keeping up with me. I appreciate it. It looks like Eunice has rejoined the channel. Thank you very much for doing that. Andy Buscemi, thank you also for joining the channel. Appreciate that as well. I've been just ranting and raving here in the first hour, as I am apt to do. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show and being here today. Appreciate that. GameStop 184.05 right now, up 15.12 on the pre-market from yesterday's close officially. Home prices in top 20 U.S. cities up nearly 12% in the last year from Case-Shiller studies. Very powerful move in home prices. We know why, and I don't think this is going to stop. We'll see what's going on. Thank you. The big market right now, the actual street, The Dow is showing at the moment, with 8 minutes to go before we start trading, an 9 point possible loss or down dip of 9 points. That's unchanged. S&P up 3 points and NASDAQ up 19. So the markets are flat at the opening. No selling pressure coming in. Today, we will hear new earnings per share, earnings from corporations coming out tonight and tomorrow and the day after. The next 3 days will be a huge amount of earnings coming out from a number of companies. We'll be watching that very closely to see how everything works out. Oil is up 69 cents a barrel to 62.60. Happy to see that, I guess, if you're in the oil business. And we'll see just how this market wants to get going here to start the day off. Wow, we'll see what's going on here, what's happening. I heard this morning that Nomura Bank from Tokyo, Japan, announced a huge loss because of the Archegos mutual fund problem. They have taken a huge hit, and that's not good. I'm waiting for UPS, the folks over at Credit Suisse. I'm waiting for Credit Suisse, from to tell us just the details of their situation. Apparently, regulators in Switzerland are really digging through Swiss banks' books and lending practices and due diligence reports and all this stuff as to how did they get themselves into such hot water with that Archegos, and are there any other Archegos-like situations at United Swiss Bank. We'll find out about that. That's not good. That's not good at all. Thank you, everybody, for all your comments today. I appreciate it. All right. Well, there you have it. Any thoughts, questions? Let me know. We'll try to read as many comments as I can from you. If any stocks you want me to look at, let me know. We'll see what we can do with that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And if I can make this show any better for you, let me know how I can make it better. Frankie, thank you for your donation today. Appreciate it. Ashley, you got it. 7 minutes to take off. Now 4. GameStop won't stop at all. Let's see. And here we go. Pyromania. Sarah, our best case scenario would be Citadel holding a large short position, running out of liquidity, and declaring bankruptcy. How about that? That's right. Andy, whether up or down, don't let the market control your emotions. You control your emotions. Stay focused on facts, not little moves here or there. Wait for the rocket. Patience equals profits. There you have it. Interesting stuff. Let's see what else is going on with some more comments here as we come through here. Frankie, everybody chant transfer of wealth, transfer of wealth, transfer of wealth. Hi, Uncle Bruce. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Frankie, thank you very much for this donation. Appreciate it. Archeo, Bruce, do you see a massive margin call coming with the Archegos debacle? You see, what I wonder about this debacle is whether or not investment banks out there who are acting on behalf of mutual funds and hedge funds and pension funds, if they have aggressive clients that are hedge funds, I'm wondering about how many investment banks are going to tell their brokerage divisions to calm down and back off of the leverage and pull in the exposure of the firm to a bunch of these entities. Even if it's a 10% reduction in liquidity and whatnot, this could have a huge effect on over leveraged positions, and that's where GameStop comes in. We may have a situation here where GameStop will be brought back from an over leveraged scenario. A Hungry Grizzly, time for a Euro stock. What's your thoughts on Rolls-Royce? Well, Rolls-Royce, having had issues over the years, jet production and everything else, we don't think of it as a car company anymore. It really isn't, the car company anymore. It is about high tech and everything else. I don't know. I mean, the low 34.59 for the last year, the high 146, sitting at 105 right now in P 105p. I don't know what to make of it for sure. Let's see, 8.7 billion shares outstanding. That's a lot of stock. Public float, 8.2 billion. So that's all out there. We don't know the short position or anything like that. I just can't say. They don't show a PE multiple, so they're not making money. You got to wonder about Rolls-Royce, down the road here. It's hard to say. Sales since 2016 to 2020, 15 billion in sales in 2016, 14.7 in 17, 15.7 in 18, 16.5 in 19, 11.7 billion in 2020. Definite drop, not good. Net profit, net income is non-existent. I mean, it's losses. 4 billion losses in 16, and now 3.1 billion in 2020, 1.3 billion the year before. So it's red. They've got a long way to dig out of it. And I don't know what the prospects are for that, unfortunately. So can't give you happy news on Rolls-Royce, I'm sorry to say. We've got Lloyd, e-commerce companies traded around 20 to 80 times earnings. When the market realizes this is an e-commerce company, will they price in the multiple? That is what I'm waiting for as well for GameStop. If they are going to make 350 million in profit, let's say $5 a share approximately, and they're going to trade at 80 times that's $400 stock. If the street thinks that they're going to make, say, $1 a share this year or $2 a share this year, $5 the year after that, and $10 a year after that, you get that kind of growth potential of the company. And that can be from organic growth, or it could be from acquisitions. We don't know yet what the plan is with Mr. Cohen, other than converting this company into an e-commerce powerhouse. It could well be that he acquires other corporations out there, be they private or be they public, and be they American-based or be they overseas-based. What if GameStop goes on an acquisition spree? They have some cash in the bank, 900 million, all right, but I know that they can raise a couple of billion at a drop of a hat if they needed to, and or the fact that they can issue stock from the treasury to acquire, say, a private company and absorb it in. Use your stock as collateral with a little bit of cash, take on private companies that are cash flowing now and making money, add that to your bottom line. The next thing you know, you've diluted your company with some stock issuance, but you've just increased the cash coming in through the front door dramatically. This could be a growth curve that people have not expected or were not envisioning. You're not going to hear about it on CNBC, obviously. So there could be some real multiple expansion here of earnings, which would keep this stock at a very high multiple per share. After all, Amazon is still $70 times earnings. Amazon, the $1.6 trillion monster, is 70 times earnings. For this company, GameStop, they could easily be 150 times earnings. They're 1/1,000th the size of these guys. And if their earnings can double or triple each year going forward, they will trade at a much higher multiple than 50 or 70 or 80 times. And so think about that. If they're going to generate $5 a share in earnings and then $10 a share earnings, and they're going to trade at 200 times multiple, you're talking about a whole lot of money here. So this could be most interesting. We'll watch for that. We are open. We're up and running. Let's get the market rolling here and see what we have. Here we go, and we will pop up my computer and my phone and see what everything is doing. All right, GameStop is open right now in the first minute of trading, showing $180.56 a share, up 11.63 on the New York Exchange. 703,000 is the first opening trade. This is definitely 4 times higher than lately. We've only had 160,000 trade in the first minute lately. Let's keep an eye on that as everything settles in here. We'll find out what kind of interest level we have. Also, will there be an attack on the stock right off the bat by hedge fund positioners who are really in trouble? If there are any out there that are short, they are in big trouble at this 180 level. They're going to try to knock this thing down as hard and as fast as they can to dissuade people from trying to get in here, or make them think maybe you don't want to get in here right now. This is the psychological game we're talking about. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, everybody, for popping in this morning. Let's see what this market wants to give us. GameStop, 179.16. Volume now, 780,000. Over at AMC, up 44 cents to $11.94. It's approaching $12 a share. I'm really happy to see this. For those of you out there who have an $11, $12, $13, $14 average price, I'm really pleased to see you getting closer and closer to salvation on AMC. Volume 3.4 million so far. Hopefully it'll keep on going for you. Over at Microvision, it's down 67 cents, 25.77 on 18 million opening trade. So we'll see what happens with that. Again, it could have a down dip at the beginning and then take a shot. That's entirely possible, but we'll see what goes on there. Fifth Wheel down 2 cents to 10.61. Coinbase at 304.80, down 26 cents. GameStop now 179.75 with a volume of 894,000 shares. That's where we're looking at it. 180.39 just popped up again. AMC now $12, up 50 cents. Good news. Vector Acquisition up 8 cents to 10.78. NavSite unchanged. Social Capital IPOE up 33 cents to 17.01. Gore Holdings going up again, 13.74, up 24 cents. Virgin Group down 2 cents. Starboard unchanged. Fortress up 3 cents to 9.99. Vanik Vectors up 9 cents. Home Depot up $1.41. IBM down 12 cents. Dow down 16 points. Microsoft down $1. Apple down up 11 cents. Tesla down $20 to 7.17. Tesla opened at around 7.20. I don't know if that opening is accurate. Down to 7.15. Now it's 7.17 on 2.4 million volume. Let's see how that reacts in the first hour as well. Bed Bath & Beyond 26.40 up 55 cents. Just can't get back to 30. BlackBerry 9.08 down 2 cents. Other stocks, Royal Caribbean down 18 cents. Norwegian down 22. Carnival down 14 cents. JP Morgan up 29 cents right now. Costco down $1.12. Walmart up 2 cents. Amazon up $40 to 34.49. Rumor on Amazon is a possible split on the stock. This is now beginning to circulate around the street. No idea if it's real, no idea if it's going to happen, but there's just rumors about Amazon possibly splitting, and the rumor is 5 for 1, which still means it's about a $700 stock after the split. You're not helping a lot of retail investors get into this company. If they were to do a 10 for 1, you'd be down to $345 a share, $345 a share. Still, to buy 100 shares for most people, $345 a piece, a bit too far of a reach. But it would make a big difference. Anyone with 10 shares now would have 100 shares, and they could write options. That would make a big difference in the option market for Amazon and could run that market nicely. But I don't know what the deal is, and I don't know if it's official. This is just rumors, and right now we have nothing to substantiate that this will even happen. Maybe it's wishful thinking. All right, that's Amazon. Cisco down 13 cents. NVIDIA up 7.44. Goldman Sachs up 2.29. Disney up $1.30 to 1.85. Facebook up $2 to 3.05. eBay up 72 cents. Twitter up $1.39. American Airlines down 12 cents. Google up $3.12. They come up with their financials tonight. That would be Alphabet Corp at $2,300 a share. Will they announce a stock split? Nobody knows. If they did, the street would be caught unawares. Netflix down at 25 cents to 5.10. Dead water on that stock right now. I don't see that stock having a run for a long time. Management has thrown in the towel about its future. They would rather buy their stock back than invest in the company or give out a dividend to the shareholders. I'd avoid Netflix right now. Snowflake down is up $3.47 a share. DraftKings up $1.45 up to 60. Moderna up $5. Workday up $2.40. DoorDash up $5. Airbnb up $2.50. Micron up $2. Intel sitting at $58.50. The week that was, they were in the $64 range, $63 range, dropped down into this lower, $58 range, and they're still there. 13 times earnings is what this stock is trading at. As a long-term investment, I'd buy this. As a long-term, for at least a year, I'd be buying this. But it's up to you to decide for yourselves what you want to do with your investment dollars. All right. We've got GameStop at 183.33. We're now at 184.31. It is gaining more momentum, getting stronger. And we have a volume now of 1.25 million shares. So whatever kind of, if there was any attack planned, it didn't happen. There was no major sell-off detected, and there is buying coming in. The question is, Who is buying and why? Are the buys for what I suspect might be going on here, shorters beginning to worry about the fact that this stock just does not fall back, and they're now sitting on $900+ million in cash with no debt? What are we shorting this thing for, is what they've got to be asking themselves. But you're not going to get an unbiased opinion from certain entities out there, including CNBC. So, folks, we have to follow it on our own. 184.56 on GameStop. This is an up move here. This is about the high, 184.99. It looks like it just touched it. There it is right now. It's right back to 184.99. It might go through it. Yeah, 185 like butter. Just went through it. 185.02 just went through 185. And the stock now has little resistance to the 190 level, I would guess, at this moment in time. How high can the shares go? How fast? It's all mystery, but I will say that having survived now the first 8 minutes with no real resistance and a volume already of 1.3 million, I kind of get the impression that this thing has, unless there's an attack coming, this thing is on its way to 190 plus. 186.30 right now and 186.76 on GameStop. Welcome one, welcome all. Hope you're having fun watching everything. Let's see if there's any other comments going on. Let's see what is happening. Aaron is saying that 700,000 shares borrowed to short this morning. Bruce, we need to be ready. And I think they need to attack, but the shares got snapped up. Bruce, you look at candles on GameStop, there was an attack, just didn't work. It just didn't work at all. And I licked my finger and hold in the air, just like any pirate. I'm brave. Fast recovery, 187.64 now on GameStop. 187.64 on GameStop. Moving higher. Okay. Stock Market with Bruce from Erico. Bruce, how would GameStop be bought back from an over-leveraged scenario if there's 150 million people who all do not want to give up their stock? I mean, how's this going to happen? Well, that's just it. Everyone has a price. And in theory, what could be happening is there are short sellers getting out, but there are new short sellers selling to them to replace them. And that could be happening too. It could be, though, that there are investors out there who have 5,000 shares and they bought them at $140, $150 in the last little while. And they're offering 1,000 right now at this level and holding 4,000. And if it goes to 200, 210, they'll offer another 1,000. There's all kinds of activity. There's a lot of trading going on, day trading here right now to kind of give us a lot of this volume. So we have to keep that in mind. 1.66 million shares. Heavy volume for GameStop will bring more volume into the stock and more volatility. So keep your hat on your head nice and tight because it's going to get windy. 186.80 with a 188 high trade so far on GameStop. This will be it'll test a few resistance points, no question about it. And there could well be on the sidelines hedge funds just waiting for their moment, waiting for a chance. When they see a little bit of weakness, a little bit of a calming down, they might come in and attack the stock. But here at 185, whatever, it's not happening. At least doesn't appear to be happening at the moment. On Microvision, we're down 264 a share to 23.80 on 28 million shares. I wonder if this is a first hour dip and then a recovery, or is it over? I do not know on Microvision. I just cannot tell you. On the fifth wall, the SPAC 1067. In the pre-market, it was down 30 cents. It is up 4 cents from yesterday on only 6,500 shares. There is no selling on fifth wall at all, and it is higher. It's quite amazing to watch that. Coinbase 304 down 17 cents. GameStop 184.40. AMC now 1180 had hit 12, got to 1222. A volume of 9.1 million on AMC. Vector Acquisition up 4 cents. NAV site unchanged. IPOE up 47 cents to 17.15. Gores Holdings 13.86 up 36 cents. Very, very good market there. All right, the Dow is down 84. S&P is down 5. NASDAQ down 8. Markets are near all-time record highs. We have the Biden speech tomorrow in front of the Congress. We have earnings coming out tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday for a whole bunch of companies, including the big FANG companies. We're going to watch that closely and see where we're at. GameStop under a bit of pressure now, 182.36. There's a bit of a sell wave coming in. It touched 188 just 5 minutes ago. Watch for this. Keep an eye on these attacks or swings. 1.9 million volume now at 181.56 on GameStop. See what this momentum will do and how it all plays out. All right, continuing on. Thank you everybody for being here this morning, joining with me, hanging in here, watching the show. Who knows what's going to happen next? We have MP Sommer. What if someone borrowed shares and instead of selling, they just held for a while? Wouldn't this remove the ability of others to short those shares? Interesting comment. It makes no difference. It really makes not much of a difference, unless we're talking about 10 or 20 million shares. But if it's only 10,000 shares, 50,000 shares, not gonna matter much. But that's an interesting thought. What about? I think that a lot of shares are being shorted by people out there artificially. They are shorting the stock by writing naked calls. They're issuing those calls at out of the money prices, thinking that I'll write 200s that expire next Friday maybe, and I'll issue 1,000 of them, and I'm on the hook for 100,000 shares. But you know what? At 200 a share, I don't think they're going to go there. And lo and behold, let's say they do go to 220, and all of a sudden, oops, we're upside down. That means there's a shortage of stock. Stock's been shorted, and it's $20 out of the money. The option player could just buy the contracts back and get out from under the obligation, and of course lose money on the option trade. Turn around and reposition themselves with a $250 call option and write a gazillion of those. So there are those who play that game and eventually try to win. They try to catch a high price. They write contracts. They see the stock back off $20-$30 a share, and then they score a gain on their naked positions. Of course, anyone who's writing thousands of call contracts in the last week at 140, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, they're now upside down. The shares have gone beyond. They're at 180.20 right now. They've gone into the money. And the question is, the option holders, will they call the options? Will they call in their shares at 160 or 150 because they're short in the open market? And maybe they shorted at 180 in the open market. They bought 150 calls. Now they're in the money. They're going to cover up and try to be flat, and all kinds of wheeling and dealing. Pluses and minuses will be calculated later, but we just want to be flat. Who knows? Then, of course, that puts the onus on the writer of the contracts to buy stock, to deliver the stock. And around goes this wheel of where are these shares coming from, and who needs what and why and for what purpose. And how many brokerage firms have allowed shorters to sell stock on a promise to deliver from option exercising options through the same brokerage firm? Maybe there are tens and tens of millions of shares that are failure to deliver status that are technically covered through the options market, but in reality, the options writers are naked, and that's where the gamma squeeze will come from on top of everything else. I don't know. 179.62 on GameStop, 178.57 on GameStop. It is being hit, and it's being hit quickly by sell orders that are not waiting for buyers to come in and buy it. We have 2.2 million traded, almost 2.3 now, and we're at the low of the day, 179 on the stock, 178.20 now on GameStop. So there is a wave of selling. It's down $10 in 10 minutes, if that, maybe 8 minutes, down $10. Obviously, someone is in a hurry to drop stock as quickly as they can, as fast as they can, as to a low a price as humanly possible. Question is, how many bullets have they got in their chamber before they run out of stock? Can they sell 1 million shares, 300,000 shares, 800,000 shares, 2 million shares? We don't know until it's over. 178.12 right now on GameStop. These kinds of attacks are usually short-lived, and they generally will happen with a snapback the other direction. And sometimes the snapbacks are higher than where the stock came from in the first place to really make it sting for these shorters. I don't know. 180 right now on the stock. We're jumping around a little bit here on some volume. Dan, thank you for the donation here. The battle isn't over. USA will donate more. Dan, thank you for this donation. I think today's largest donation has been $10. And I appreciate all of you who've been making donations today. I don't mind the competition one darn bit. Thank you for these for all these donations you make to my channel, everybody. Jen and I do appreciate it. We shake our heads in amazement. We love it. GameStop 179.78, 180.17. Volume now is approximately 2.4 million shares. We may have seen the end of the sell attack because we now seem to be up over 180 again. 180.47. The shares did get down to 178. They've come back 250 already, and they're now at 180.71. They're going higher. So most interesting to see what's going on here. Can you explain a call and put conversions that is used to drive down the price? Other YouTubers explained it, but I don't get it. Plain English, please. Call and put conversions. Quite sure what that actually means. Buying and selling call and put options will not move a market. You're actually buying an instrument that is going to be reflecting the actual stock itself. So just because you own calls or write calls, or you own puts or you write puts, you're not going to affect the market in any real way. The stock market doesn't care how many options are trading over here and how many open interest levels there are. The stock market concerns itself with the stock itself. 179.09 right now, by the way, on GameStop. How many buyers and sellers are there and at any one time? And is it more buying than selling, or more selling than buying? And what kind of a hurry are people in? Are buyers in a real hurry to get in, or are sellers in a hurry to get out? Because that is how a stock moves. 178.80, we're going down again on GameStop. Another little run coming in. Contracts will reflect this movement in their pricing based on this. Now, it's true. If you own a bunch of call contracts and they're at $150 exercise price and they expire this Friday, and the shares are going to close on Friday at 180 a share, right on this level, you've got a couple of decisions to make. You either sell your contracts for whatever you can get for them, which should be $30 or more because they're in the money, $30 each. That's $3,000 a contract, by the way. Or you exercise your stock, and maybe you want to exercise your stock contract. You want to exercise the contract to call the shares in. You want to call the stock because you are short paper to brokerage firms all over the street. And maybe you're short 1 million shares that you shorted at 200 a share, 250 a share, at 50 a share. I don't know what price you shorted it at, but you shorted stock. And you want to get out from underneath the short position. And one way out for you is to just exercise call options instead of going into the open market and buying the stock. And so you're forcing someone else to buy it for you by exercising a call contract, or 10 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 contracts, or you're exercising 1,000 contracts of 5 different contracts, 150s, 155s, 160s, 165, and so on. And you're creating havoc in Chicago because the naked option writer, which is usually a market maker, will now have to buy stock of GameStop to cover their short position. And depending on how many millions we're talking about, or how many hundreds of thousands, it might move the market. That's one way the options market can affect things. Conversions. It's not, like I said earlier, it is not a contract in existence that you hold a contract will not move a stock, but what you do with the contract might move the market. And I'll just leave it at that. That's a very simple, easy explanation, and I won't go any more detail than that. I'm not an option specialist in the deepest sense. I don't talk about strategies, about spreads and bull spreads and all kinds of other terminology. I've just never been into that. I'm more of a buy and sell kind of guy. All right, Ashley, I just executed my daily buy on GameStop at 178.46. Thanks for the stock. 178. It's now at 180.48. Already in the money. $2 a share. I want hedge funds to donate to me. Good luck. Charm says, Bruce, if they let us have the squeeze in January, I would have had 4 shares and would be happy with 1,000 each. Now I have 30 shares and I'm out for blood. Okay, I like that. I like the sound of that. Yes, now go to 1,000 a share. I want 30 grand from you guys. Exactly. A transfer of wealth in whatever level can work for all of us. Exactly. Very good. Very, very good. All right. I will not sell. I will not sell. I will not sell. Let's see. I just got my first vaccine shot. Maybe that'll help GameStop. Well, congratulations. I like to dilute 2 hits of blotter on a 1 ounce dropper and drop a couple of drops in the morning. Good luck to you. Let's see, Olivia. I'm not a fan of micro dosing. I get a little out of it. Laugh out loud. No. Let's see what else is going on. I will not sell. Let's see what else is coming on here. I want $1 million. I want $1 million a share. That's $30 million, please. There you go. Bruce, Uncle Bruce, you sound so evil when when you were saying coming up for blood. Have you ever seen Jim Cramer's video explaining how hedge funds manipulate the market and how he encourages it? I've seen videos like this. I did lots of microdosing in the 80s. Okay, moving on. Uncle Bruce, GameStop should acquire Newegg. PC sales would go through the roof and to the moon for that market of GameStop users. Well, you never know. You never know what's in the plans. Do not put anything past Mr. Cohen and his team. And it could well be that the CEO they're looking for is experienced in takeovers. Maybe they're looking for a CEO that is an expert in mergers and acquisitions, along with e-commerce. There could well be a team of people coming in that will help transform this company in ways you and I have not even talked about yet. That could be going on. Very interesting. You're looking kind of cute in that black sweater. Well, this is my sweatshirt from my group cruise that never happened. We had a group cruise planned with Traveling with Bruce back in December on the Harmony of the Seas. We're going to be on a 1-week cruise, and we were going to do Coco Cay and what was it, St. Kitts, and we were going to have fun. Never happened, so we'll have a group cruise another time, and I'll let you know when. We'll see what's going on. I just freaked out, and I bought more, says Bill Allen. Let's see. John Van, dream big for We Are Dreamers. I'll start thinking about the sell word, the S word, around 1,300 share. I'll talk about you. I'll talk about selling around that level. 180.35 on GameStop right now. We're jumping around this 178 to 180 neighborhood right now, trying to see if there's any more of a sell attack coming on the stock. 2.7 million traded now in the morning. It has been 25 minutes, and so we're much higher in volume than we have been lately. And that's where we're at, 180.53 on GameStop. High of the day so far, 188. All right. Tarboy Worldwide. Tarboys Worldwide has become the latest, greatest member of this channel. Thank you very much for joining in. I appreciate you coming on board with all of us. Welcome, all of you. 180.20, up 11.27 on the stock. We're up. We're down now 3.29 on Microvision at 23.15. Dropped to a low of 22.31. It has recovered about 80 cents from its low on 44 million. Is it possible that Microvision has hit the low of the morning and now will bounce from here, or is it just going to consolidate a while before it does anything, or will it just go lower? I do not know. This is one of those stocks that had a good pre-market up to $30 a share, now at 22.23. I just don't know. GameStop 179.52, where we're at. AMC now 11.83, trying to get back to $12. Vector is up 3 cents. Social Capital up 38 to 17.06, and Gore holding up 22 cents to 13.72. The Dow Jones down 50 points, and it has been as low as 870. So it was as low as 110 points on the down dip. Now sitting down only 50. So it has recovered substantially from its opening lows. That could also be the first, sort of slide for the day, and now consolidation from here. I do not know. We'll see. We'll be here to watch it. Thank you, everybody. The battle isn't over. The USA will donate more money, says Dan. Bruce, you have larger donators from America than from Europe, and so you just hang in there and enjoy. Jesse, can you explain the call and put conversions? We've done it. We've tried to do it. We're going to move on with new comments and get closer here to up to the minute. And let's see, if ARK decided to buy GameStop, that would boost us. Well, I think that if they were to do it, they would need more evidence of the CEO and the plans for the company. and they want to see the first quarter financials. They'd want to know that, oh, these guys really are making more money. They really can do stuff. It might well be that you might not attract certain kind of entities to invest in you until you have maybe done an acquisition or two and you really change the look of your corporation. Anything is possible. 177.20 on GameStop. We are near the low of the day. 166.55 was the low. Another attack is coming in. It's getting hit with stock at 2.9 million volume now. Watching the shares. How low will they go on this run right now? 199 last night in the aftermarket was the high. There could have been shorting there, and they're covering it here. I don't know. On the other hand, if you are a hedge fund and you are underwater by $500 million on this stock, you're going to attack it with everything you've got to protect your company. And maybe that's what's going on. I can't speak for these guys. I can only speculate from where I'm sitting. And that's all I can tell you. Let's see. What's happening? Thank you, everybody, for popping in and saying hello. And these attacks are real, says APOM. And let's see what happens. Bertie, I ate my cinnamon bagel with 5 melted crayons. 177.03 on GameStop. 176.55 is the low trade of the day. We're about $1 away from the low. 2.94 million traded. What will it do all morning long? Let's see what's going on. $23 on Microvision, down 344. Low of the day, 22.31. Not yet recovering in any meaningful way. 22.99 on that stock right now. 47 million traded. Even with 47 million volume, that stock is not going higher. That stock is under pressure. People trying to get out. More getting out than getting in, obviously, because it's a lower price. But there are bottom feeders thinking maybe this is the bottom at 22.90 or something. We'll pick this off here and then take a run up past 30. Do not know if that's going to happen. I don't know why it would happen, and I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, other than there's a lot of speculation from the Reddit crowd on Microvision. Without a doubt, there's a ton of speculation. Coinbase down $1.13 to 303. GameStop 176.15. That is a new low. 176 right now, a new low. We are under some pressure on 3 million volume right now. The stock is at its low point of 176 just a moment ago. 176.97. Let's see what it wants to do. All right. The Dow down 57. S&P down 7. NASDAQ down 41. Cheers to all of you from Stock Markets with Bruce. Thank you for supporting my channel on Redbubble, picking up these items. I appreciate it. Some of you have been picking up items from Traveling with Bruce as well, which is fabulous. Jen and I thank you. We have some new cups available. And T-shirts and other designs. There's some new logos out there. Check these out if you can. And if you like something, grab it. And thank you all for your support of this channel. Jennifer and I, thank you very, very much. It's not easy keeping that gal looking that good. It's rather expensive, so I appreciate all your help. All right, what's going on? Just saying thank you, Bruce. 27 married. I might get to have my first vacation soon. She deserves it. That is good stuff. I am pleased to hear that. Fantastic. We all need a vacation. Oh gosh, do I need a vacation? Last call for tickets to the moon. 175.97 at the new low right now on GameStop. 175.97. This is the low of the day here on 3+ million shares. How low will it go, or will it bounce, and where to? I do not know. We're here to watch it. Buy time is here. They're saying we might be dipping here. I don't know. Bruce, my wife bought me bagels with a Bruce mug from Amazon. Is it a fake? Oh, my gosh. Maybe if you bought through Amazon, it's not through me. Only Redbubble, through my Redbubble store. Is it real? But you got to do what you got to do. There are people out there who are taking advantage of this channel, trying to cash in on its momentum. What can I say? Buy the dip, folks are saying, just so they can see their unique plays. Just my opinion. Interesting. Let's see what's happening. Bruce, that is a lie. Jen's beauty is effortless. Oh, thank you very much. She'll like that. And why the face? I leave, and this happens. And we're at 176.47 right now on the stock of GameStop. 176.47. Low of the day, 175.54. Volume 3.1 million. Okay. We will find out if there's a continued selling wave or whether the shares will rebound again. Time will tell. Dow is now only down 12 points. The Dow is coming on big time. S&P down 4.8, NASDAQ down 49. All righty. We got the neat emojis coming out to run this market. 177.70. We're on our way up again. And you can see these knee emojis moving the stock. 178.23. It's on a roll. GameStop is moving higher all of a sudden from 175.50 to 178.20. Almost a $3 bump here. Did that sell wave peter out? And is the buying overtaking the sellers? We're going to see. It's a bounce, says Ashley. It's a bounce. Let's see what happens. 177.76 on GameStop. The Dow now down 8 points. It's almost even. The S&P down 4. NASDAQ down 45. Very interesting. What else? U.S. Consumer Confidence Index hits the highest level in 14 months. Good news. That is a substantial move. The U.S. Consumer Confidence Survey jumps to 121 from 109. Maybe that's what's moving the Dow. Musk is talking about the future. He's talking about last night about the delivery problems they were having and everything else. Neat emojis, bagel emojis everywhere. We're coming on. IPOE is up, they say. It is up 37 cents to 17.05. Gores is up 36 cents to 13.86. GameStop 178.62 right now. Volume on GameStop is 3.18 million shares. Microvision unfortunately still down at 21.82, down 4.62 a share. Still under pressure on 51.7 million shares right now. That is where it is at. AMC is at 11.79. AMC 11.79 up 29 cents. Go AMC, please. I beg you. GameStop now 177.31. 3.19 million shares traded. All right, there's where we're at, guys. Watching these markets closely. Consumer confidence higher. Good to see. That is good news, definitely. All right, let's see what is going on here. 50,000 shortable just disappeared on Fidelity. This is that dip. Sound like a good time. I'm not sure what this means. First time I got to send a knee emoji, I got all giddy. That's it. Popping up those knee emojis. Thank you, everybody. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Jen. Wait for the beep. Interpreting that right, laughing out loud. 178 on GameStop. 178.27 on GameStop right now. Excuse me, folks. Interesting markets. And a slight dip on the Dow. Earnings coming out tonight for Google, which is Alphabet. We'll be watching that very closely. 178.73 on GameStop. It's coming on. Picking up some steam here, coming higher. The knee emojis are taking the stock higher. No question about it. That's exactly what happens each and every time. That you cannot stop the knee emojis. Thank you to Monty Python and the Holy Grail movie for these. We've been having fun using these. All kinds of fun. 178.31 on GameStop. Okay, that's where we're at. Everyone remembers their first time, says Lahu Productions. Lahu, beautiful. Let's see what else is happening out there. Anything else I need to double check on? Thank you, all of you, for your kind words. Thank you for all of your support of this channel. Thank you for watching this show of mine. Thank you for becoming sponsor members. Thank you for becoming members of the channel and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for that. We are looking to grow our subscriber base. Make sure to hit the bell notification icon when you do. All of you out there, thank you for that. Beautiful. We're getting stronger and stronger. Good stuff. Let's take a look here. Thank you for the thumbs ups. 1,300 and counting. Thank you, everybody. 178.22 on the stock, and we're coming along. All right. Let's see. Is the Fortress Value SPAC you like FAII or FVT? It's FAII. Are they both Fortress Value? I don't know about the FVT, but FAII is the symbol of Fortress Value. Thanks for all you do, Uncle Bruce. Can you tell when the air is out of the balloon with you sometimes? I can tell. A way to power forward and push on day after day, says Vic. Thank you, Vic. We're working. David, GameStop shares are trading higher after the company announced that it developed its at-the-market equity offering or completed it from Benzinga. It has been done. 177.69 on a volume of 3.27 million. The company is cash rich. They have 900 plus million in the bank. No debt now. They have only issued since last year 3.5 million shares in the open market. That's all they've ever done is this one little offering. 5% of the float has been increased. That's it, or 5% of the total outstanding stock. Other companies have doubled, tripled, quadrupled the number of shares outstanding. This company has only sold 3.5 million shares, and they're now cash rich with 900 million on hand, no debt, and they're making money on the quarter. And so the company is getting stronger and stronger, and I'm impressed with that. Sharon is going, hey, thumbs ups for Bruce. That would be great. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. NSH finished its merger. It seems not to be moving. NSH right now is sitting at $9.96, up a penny. 114,000 shares traded. They're going to merge with Spire Global. This is the satellite data handling company. I see nothing stopping this deal. It's just another 30 days until we're done. So we just got to wait this out. That could be plus or minus a few days on each side of that, but we're waiting for it. It'll happen. GameStop 178.52, up 9.40 now. Looking okay. Coming up from the low of the day, which was 175.54. So we're up almost $3 from the low this morning on GameStop. Watching to see what kind of volume is going to come in and where are these shares headed next. Let's see. Marcus is saying, hey, Bruce, please say hi to my wife, Ines, and my cat, Bruce. They have to endure your shows, but don't speak English. Greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. Nice to have you here. My German is useless. I have virtually none of it. Nice to have you here. I know genau. Guten Abend. Guten Morgen. Guten Tag. Wie geht's? Willkommen. All of those words I know. 179.30 on GameStop just jumped $1. And there we go. It's been a month and I haven't done one. From Kevin, right on. Vic, Uncle Bruce, when companies look at mergers, would a company like GameStop be a good look? Or do big companies look at acquisitions that aren't positioned so good with zero debt and large amounts of free cash flow? Well, okay. Could GameStop be a takeover target? I don't think so at this time. I don't think so. I think another company would look at GameStop and go, the shares are ahead of the fundamentals, but we know the fundamentals are improving. Do we want to buy it now? What would it take to get it? And I think the problem is that to buy GameStop right now could take a price of $300 a share or more to get it, and that might be too much to pay. But on the other side of the coin, could GameStop be a buyer of other companies? Yes, GameStop could be an acquirer of other companies, and they don't have to be public. They can be private entities, and they can be $50 million, $100 million, $200 million acquisitions all over the place. They could buy up small companies, 10, 20, 30 of them in the next 1 or 2 or 3 years and absorb them into their structure, diversifying their offerings and bringing income in from outside sources that they're not involved with now. Yeah, this company can do a lot of that. 179.47, by the way, on the stock. So I can see GameStop being a buyer, but I don't see GameStop being the company being bought. But I've been wrong before. But I think right now with GameStop management still being settled and being brought in, I don't see the company right now being a takeover target. That's my gut feeling right now. We'll see, though. We'll see. I need one of those. Gobbled up some more on the dip. Bought again on the dip. You can have an entire conversation saying Ganow if the other person is talkative enough. That's true. You just say, because Ganow is sort of like exactly, or agreed, or you're right, for sure. Ganow. Slim Goody smiling. And now you know another one sentence. GameStop ist eine Dollar rauf. What can I say? They've just bought another 15,000 shares to short within the last 45 minutes. 169.73. We're going back up to 180, it looks like. Will it go through here? Valve is privately owned. That's another one. You never know. You just don't know. GameStop buys EA Sports, possibly. Let's see. Bruce, can you explain inflow, outflow effects it has on prices rising or dipping? Can you explain inflow, outflow, and the effects? I think this is just another way of saying more buying versus selling. By the way, stock's 180.61, just broke through 180 like hot knife through soft butter, just like nothing. Inflow, outflow is just money in, money out into a stock, which again means buying versus selling. That's all that is. It's just fancier terms, I think. GameStop is not about to be sold. Cohen is here to do something and not just stack dollars. If you want a quick flip, you'd have done it by now. He could have perhaps, John, 3,300 viewers, 1,400 thumbs ups. Let's go for good vibes and GameStop. Let's give Bruce thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. What dip? It's only going to go up. I think GameStop starts buying certain things specific to e-commerce moving forward. That could be it. That might be it. Just hit 180 here. Are these attacks on GameStop adding to the short numbers? Don't know. They could be replacing people who are getting out, and it's just a rollover. We don't know. On the other hand, if there are attacks where the stock gets taken from 188, which what we saw this morning, 188, down to what was a low here, 175. You have a $13 drop in the stock in 15 minutes. That's telling me you have sellers or a seller with multiple brokerage firms attacking the stock as hard as they can, as fast as they can, to drop it as low as humanly possible. And maybe the entire objective of that move was simply to trade puts in Chicago. It could have been that the seller that sold a bunch of stock and drive the market down was long put contracts. They were long put contracts to the tune of thousands of put contracts. And they sold them off as the stock dropped $13 a share. They sold the puts for the top end. And that made them more money than they lost selling the stock short. That could well have been the game, and no one is investigating at the SEC. No one's investigating it between New York and Chicago. Not that I know of. I don't know of any legal team looking into this. This could be pure market manipulation going on that no one is investigating. I just an old man going, could. Anyone know what the RSI lines mean? Top line is 70, bottom is 30, the middle line is hovering at 50 to 60. What is that? Resistance level, R resistance or supports? It could be just sort of the range. I don't know, Ray. I don't have that info, but you can look it up on Google, buddy. Just Google that. It's so easy. 180. That's where we're at. Okay, 178.91 now. We're actually down under 180 again. GameStop buy Steam. How about that? Like butter. No way can afford EA Sports. They can't afford EA Sports. No way. Let's see. EA is the largest gaming publisher. Got to watch out for the hot butter through soft knife thing. I think Cohen is taking GameStop on to show he's not just a one-hit wonder. Hot butter through soft pancakes. Oh yeah, 180.14 we got up to there. 178.37 right now. When it hits 181, I get another knee. Saving my knee. Doubled it up with the bagel. Jake, I think if you want the exchange, you would think of a sensible response. You jinxed it. Bruce, do you know something in trading history that is called MOASS? People at eToro talk about the the mother of all short sales. I think I know what that means. The one thing I can see them looking at is a logistics company. It might just be easier to hire the know-how instead of buying the whole company. Oh, there's that too. There's always that. Sometimes there's a way to make deals. Maybe they're going to make marketing deals. They're going to do exclusive marketing arrangements where GameStop will be the exclusive online seller for product whatever. They'll tie up all kinds of merchandise as exclusive marketers in global markets. Maybe that's the plan. There's no end to the possibilities here. That would be market manipulation, Bruce. I agree. 247,000 shares shortable, just short up at Fidelity. Either some big cover or transfers are being completed, sold and oversold. Relative strength index, relative strength is the relative strength indicator. He also, 35 for Cohen. He's only 35. He's got a lot left to accomplish, and he's ambitious, and he has already helped make himself. He's already made himself a billionaire. Now he can make himself a multi, and take others with him, of course. 178.86 on GameStop. Butter. Let's see. What else are they saying here? RSI indicates sold versus oversold. Who's mentioning pancake here? Gensler goes after XRP, but lets the future failure to deliver slide. Pancakes are the enemy. Every time someone transfers from Robinhood to Fidelity, their shares are borrowable until they convert to cash. They're being handled. They're being handed ammo. Waffle gang. Waffles hold condiments better. What about French toast? Little pockets of butter and syrup and joy. Now you're speaking my language. French toast comes in a close second for me, like buttocks. Maybe they can acquire Uncle Bruce and start the Uncle Bruce TV network. Stock markets, travel, bagel talk, etc. It's all Uncle Bruce all the time. GameStop 178.49 up 956. Microvision down 523 to 2121. More pressure on that stock, unfortunately. 178.49 on GameStop. 178.68 on GameStop. Getting stronger again. Let's see. Corn fritters, yummy. I'm hungry, says Greg. I wrap my pancakes and waffles. Savory breakfast gang, rise up. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Really appreciate all of you popping by to say hi to us, visiting with us today. It's fantastic you're here. 1,500 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you. GameStop 178.77. Will it break through 179 again? Can it do it? We will find out here momentarily as it comes up here. 3.58 million, almost 3.6 million traded. We are now into the first coming up the first hour. So let's see what it wants to bring us. 178.10, 177.99. Did not get the 179. Backed off a little bit. Maybe it's temporary. We'll get ready for another run. We'll see what happens. Jen is alive and well. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm keeping up with everybody here as best I can. Watching the markets go through here. GameStop is at 178.35. Got up to 188. Got down to 175. Now 178. And we'll see how it plays out.
A little step forward.
Yeah, little steps up, down, all around. See what's going on. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's what's happening. You getting ready for some tea?
I am.
Fabulous.
You thinking of a bagel?
Oh, I'm thinking of a bagel. I am so thinking of a bagel. Yeah, I'm thinking grape jelly today on just a sesame seed bagel.
Okay.
Yeah, a nicely toasted sesame seed. Go with the sweetness of grape jelly.
That's great.
Go for a sweet run on GameStop. 178.68 again. Is it going to hit 179 this time? It backed off. Will it come up to 79 and then go to 180? What's it going to do? What you going to do when you get to 179? I don't know. Let's see. I once rage ate this massive, like half a loaf of French bread because the waitress wouldn't refill my water. So when I was done, I walked into the kitchen, grabbed a pitcher of water, poured it myself. First, thanks. Mother of all short squeeze makes sense. And for the others, no, EA is not the biggest publisher, but it is a big one similar to Take-Two, Rockstar Games. 179.03 now, 179.11 now. Get those thumbs ups for Bruce. Let's see what happens here. A local restaurant serves brownie batter pancakes with fresh strawberries. It's amazing. Oh my, that would sound amazing. Here we go. What's going to happen? Welcome, Jen. Bruce, if you do a traveling food show like Anthony Bourdain, I will watch. Good morning, Jen. Bagels. Finally, Jen, no offense, Uncle Bruce, but you get it. Waffles and pancakes have breakfast versions and also potato versions. 178.88 on GameStop. 179.47. What is the stock going to do? 179.64. 179.74. Are we breaking through 180 now? 179.79. Good morning, Jen. Everyone is saying good morning, Jen. Good morning to Jen. Bagels, tea and toast. Jen is a goddess. 179.64. Will it break through 179.78? Looking at the 180 resistance level. Is there a resistance level? Let's see what's happening. Cheers, Jen. 179.78. Oh, maybe I was watching on a short delay. Bruce had just had my egg and cheese muffin. Time to go to Mars, baby. What on earth is grape jelly? Is that the same as jam? It's lighter. It's jelly. It's lighter than jam. It's not as thick. 179.75, 179.80, 179.89. Oh, is it going to hit 180? Can it go through 180? Good morning, peeps. Let's see what's going on. Bad chills. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? 179.58. I like thin pancakes. Black coffee gang, rise up. Good restaurant in town does red velvet cake waffles that are amazing. Oh, that would be something. Oh my gosh. English here. So our common breakfasts are bacon and egg sandwiches and beans on toast. That's true. 179.37. Thumbs ups for bros, pancakes, and eggs over easy. I still tip, but it was purely out of passive aggression. I wanted the waitress to feel bad by proving I was still a decent guy. 179.34. Will it go through 180 here? Is it kind of building up a momentum, and it's going to bust through the resistance level of 180 and then take a shot? I don't know. I can't say. Volume right now on the GameStop with 179.32 is 3.67 million, and that is where it's at. It's not overwhelmingly unbelievable powerful volume, but it's active. But we'll have to see how it wants to play itself out here. Down 50 on the Dow, backed off again. Down 6 on S&P, down 54 on NASDAQ. GameStop 179.31. Let's see. Sounds like success in the background. Might be time to diversify from bagels. The wheat prices are killing us out here. I'm craving some dinner food now. Let's go. Going postal. Oh, that sounds just lovely. I'll have to do that on a GameStop cruise. I have some waffles for breakfast or dinner or whatever. Ham and eggs with toast. Also, you guys are killing me. I've had to make chocolate brownies with coconut flour and lots of eggs. They were nice, though. 178.97. Come on, 180. Let's go. People are looking for it to go to 180. They're putting the knee emojis to try to get it to go here. Now it's time for a bacon break. I'll be back. I like it when the thick gets jammed. There's a 10,500 sell order at 197. 197. Okay, good morning, Bruce Bagel Bunch. It's colored corn syrup gelatin. We need some serious buying to come into this GameStop market right now. I was a horrible waitress, small attention span. How about some haggis and blood pudding? Pro tip, after Thanksgiving dinner, put some or all of your leftovers in a waffle maker and make some savory turkey dressing waffles and use the cranberry relish of syrup. You're welcome. MACD still under pressure. I waited tables for 35 years. I loved it. Love people. Bruce, can you wake me up? We went to check when GameStop share price in September. These low prices are putting me to sleep. 179.13 again. Coming on again. 179.34. I love that movie. 179. Bacon. Waiting tables is hard. You make me proud. It's so good, so accurate. 179.34. Will it come up over 180 and take a bit of a shot here? I don't know. The volume now on GameStop is 3.7 million. AMC is 11.92, up 42 cents. Coming on again a little bit, trying to get to this 12.22 high level. 21 million traded on AMC. I'm glad to see the volume happening over there as well. 179.21 on GameStop. Bagels with any food you can't put in the blender. Gonna have to rewatch this soon. Dan, it depends on how brave you are. We make mashed potato waffles in a waffle maker. You have to try it. Oh, gosh, yes. Potato pancakes, fabulous. GameStop should offer a virtual cruise that's only open to people holding their shares for more than 4 weeks. I'd spend $30 for a dedicated camera on some rickety boat. Let's see. Everything is better with bacon and cheese. I know I'm into a good idea when Olivia agrees with me. Looking at the 200 price by Friday, there's a lot of options activity picking up at that level. We'll see where it ends up by then. 179.35, 179.54. That's where we're at here. Ha rickety sailboat, says Olivia. 179.54 right now. 52, 69, 179.69. Come on, GameStop. Take a shot at the 180 level and see if you want to take it out. 179.74. 179.84 right now. It's right on the precipice of $180. 179.81. It's taking out all the resistance. They're just 179.97. I just saw 97. It's taking out all the stock to 180. Will it hit 180 and go through it? There it is, 180.18. Hot knife through soft butter. 180.18, like it wasn't even there. Wow, that was a good move. 3.75 million and climbing. Very interesting how it just took out that 180 resistance level and just bought it. Wow. Okay. The Dow down 51, down S&P down 6, NASDAQ down 54. That's where we're at right now. Another move higher on GameStop. Another level breached. What will that mean for all of us? Time will tell. 179.99 right at this moment. These trades, some of these trades you see that I'm watching, you see the thing go through 180 and then it goes back under. Those are older trades that might be just catching up. It's hard to say. Sometimes these systems just can't keep up with the actual momentum of a stock. And the stock could be right now 180.40. We don't know it. But I'm right now showing 179.30 at this second. It could also be, though, that it broke through 180 and then a bunch of selling came in to knock it back down again. It goes around and around and around, and you just got to, got to go with it. The Dow down 49, S&P down 6, NASDAQ down 57, GameStop 179.39. Okay, Microvision looks like to be coming on a little better. It's 22.66, got as low as 21.10. $1.50 better than the low of the day on 67 million. This might be the turnaround, an intraday bump again for Microvision, but I can't tell you how much of how many legs it's got behind it. How much more is there? We'll see. GameStop, $180, up 11.07 right now. 180.09 right now. 180.45 right now. AMC 11.85. Other movers, IPOE up 39 to 17.07. Gores up 29 to 13.79. That's what we have right now. 180.16 on GameStop. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Stock Markets with Bruce. Trying to make sense of the market in plain English. Let's take a look at some other stocks here. Over on Tesla, 708.54, down 29.67 a share on Tesla. And Bed Bath & Beyond up 87 cents, 26.72. That's having a better day. It was even higher than that, 27.17 actually for a little while. What else is going on? Anybody else making a move anywhere? JP Morgan up 44 cents, nothing going on. Amazon only up $8 at 3,400, nothing going on. Goldman up $1.94, nothing going on. Disney up 43 cents, quiet, really quiet. We don't have a very active day here. Nothing incredibly great happening, nothing incredibly bad. The stocks with the best moves right now, GameStop at 180.98, up $12. AMC up 37 cents to 11.87. And now Microvision at least at 22.93, up from 21.10, but still down 3.50 on the day to 22.93. So it has a ways to go before it recovers. If it will recover, I don't know. 181.43 GameStop, going higher on GameStop, definitely going higher. Volume now is 3.88 million. So there's steady volume coming through on GameStop. 181.43, 181.86 as it jumps about here. Might break 182 here any moment if it wants to keep up this momentum and this volume. See what it wants to do. Amazon earnings preview. Prime Day could return to summer after COVID-19 pushed it to fall last year. Interesting. Yeah. Hey there, Jennifer. I got me a napkin here. Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Gooey, buttery, good jelly.
Got our grape jelly on toasted sesame seed bagel. Oh, it's the best. So tasty. Thank you so much, Jen. What's your plan for the day today? Is there a plan?
Well, I was going to at 8:30 our time. Did you hear the past verb there? I was going to watch the Q&A with Chrystia Freeland, our Deputy Prime Minister that I spoke about yesterday.
Yes.
She has canceled.
Oh.
Family reasons.
Oh, family reasons.
So it will be rescheduled, and I will let people know when that happens.
There'll be another time.
I'm getting another update.
You've got to get updates. 183.22 on GameStop just jumped another dollar through the 183 level, like hot knife through butter past 183. What kind of momentum are we looking at for GameStop now? We are at the highest level since the opening, when we at one point hit 188. We're now in that territory. Through all the selling and the shenanigans we had, down to 175.50, now at 183. So the stock is up about 750 a share from its low of the day. Volume 4 million on GameStop in 1 hour and 2 minutes. 4 million today, first hour of trading. Okay, way to go. 11.90 on AMC. Up 40 cents. Good to see it improving as well. We'll keep an eye on things. Folks, I'm going to have my bagel here. Enjoy your whatever it is you're having today. I'm having a bagel this morning with grape jelly on it. Let's see if these shares can go higher. 182.37 on GameStop. Let's go.
Gooey, drippy, buttery goodness.
So good. All of that. Like you just said. Oh, yeah. Bagel time, baby. It's bagel time. Here comes the bagel spike. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. How about $200 a share today? Wouldn't that be great? We hit 200 a share today. $182.60. Come on, GameStop. I don't know. I'm not going to argue this. $182.33 right now. Be nice if we can break the 188 level. That's what we hit this morning. Nice little momentum move. Let's see what happens. 182.48 right now. 182.78 right now. Oh, yeah. Bagel time with Uncle Bruce. Oh, yeah. Got to keep fueled up. Going higher. Good morning, Robert. Morning, everybody. When is the IPO merger expected? At any time, but it was delayed because of their taking over this bank. They're waiting for a bank regulator authority approval, and we're just waiting for that, and it should be good to go. The street is anticipating the deal soon because the stock is inching back up over 17 again. It has had a good week lately, and we'll see if it keeps rising here. If this keeps rising, it's telling me it's really imminent. Gore Holdings, 1388, up 38. 180.63 on GameStop. Good Lord. Says here, someone's saying here it's expected May 24th. I don't have that officially, but could be right. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. Nice to have you all here today. Appreciate you all visiting with me today. If any of you are having trouble on Facebook trying to watch me live there, we may be having technical issues. I'm not sure what's going on for sure. I don't know exactly what's happening on Facebook right now. But we're live on YouTube, so catch us here. And thank you for popping in and seeing us. I appreciate it. Where are we at? GameStop 180.73 up 11.80. That's where we're at right now. On the big board here, the Dow is down 60, S&P down 7. Actually, Dow's now 54, down 53. Getting better. Down 7, down 696 on the S&P, down 60 on NASDAQ. 180.50 on GameStop right now is where I show the market. All righty. Thank you, everybody. We'll work on that voice, Don. Dan, you bet you did. 179.88 on GameStop. A little pressure here. Today's well on Red Bull. This item, Uncle Bruce butter knife. Oh, man. Staring contest with Uncle Bruce. I'm being greedy and holding my IPO calls, hoping merger gets us some more dollars. Well, the stock's been going up for you lately, that's for sure. Professional traders are all over the order book. Level 2 at the moment. 180.46. Uncle Bruce is my only form of social media. I got my bagel. Let's go, says Colin. Bagels and jelly, baby. Bagels and jelly. Hello, Richard. I'd buy an Uncle Bruce butter knife. $180.58. Let's skip the bagel and now I'm paying for it. Oh no. One little piece of bagel left to go. One last piece. 180.55. We're down a little bit. Come on, GameStop. $180.86. All right, GameStop. 181.25 coming on. Come on, baby. Okay. $182. $182.12 right now. Coming on again. 182.57. Isn't that where it was when I started this thing? 182.60. I don't remember. That bagel was beautiful. So good. Oh. Jen is my savior. GameStop volume, 4.35 million. 182.11. AMC up 32 cents, 11.82. The Dow down 51, just not going anywhere. No life in it. S&P down 8, and Nasdaq down 65. Very quiet day here. 181.49 on GameStop. They're taking people from Chewy. They're stealing them. Richard thinks we're going to hit 210 today. Uncle Bruce, you'd be lost without Jen. Oh, definitely. I'd have to leave you guys behind, go to the kitchen myself, and get my own bagel. I tell you, it's not easy. It used to be easy, but it's not that easy anymore. Either that or I have to do the show from the kitchen. So you can just watch me in the kitchen, make myself something to eat while I'm hanging out with you. But the kitchen isn't set up for this live show. It's not set up for this. $180.184 on GameStop. 182.18. Come on, GameStop. Let's roll. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you for these donations today, signing up as members. It's 1,600 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Very kind of you to do that. 182.65 on GameStop shares are coming on again. Seem to have another little wave coming in here. See if there's any momentum behind it, or is it just another little glitch? We'll see. We're waiting. 182.95. We're approaching 183 again. Will it break through 183 now? 182.89, it's right in that 182.83 level. Maybe it'll do it. Maybe it won't. Other than that, not a lot to talk about this morning on the rest of the market. IPOE at 17.13, Coors Holdings at 13.76. They're both up today. Home Depot up $1.80, IBM up 52 cents. The Dow is now down only 30 points. It's coming back. It's coming on right now. The Dow is down only 30, down 23 now, coming on strongly. The Dow is coming on nicely. S&P down 495, Nasdaq down 59. Okay, Dow. Go, Dow, go. All right. Microsoft down 73 cents. Apple down 41 cents. Tesla down $31 to 707. That low of the day, 705 for Tesla. And we'll see if this has a lasting effect or not. BlackBerry up $1.15. 2701. Very good. Very good for that company. Yeah, fantastic. Royal Caribbean up 57 cents. Norwegian up 15. Carnival up 9. We got the Dow down 20 now. S&P down 4. GameStop 182.73. Can GameStop get a bit of a shot here to get through 183 and get some more momentum, or is it going to drift along? It's holding in there very well, up $15 on the day. We've had a good day yesterday. We were in the 150 range yesterday. We're up $30-something a share. The question is there more momentum behind it? What about the search for a CEO? What's the timing for that? We're waiting to see if that comes along for us as well. In any event, one moment at a time is what we have to do. Yeah, that's what we got. Got an article here about GameStop. It's inside an article. 4 stocks being recommended as e-commerce companies to buy. GameStop is a video game, gaming, merchandise, and consumer electronics retailer that has been hot in the news lately from being one of the most heavily shorted stocks. GameStop stock has enjoyed staggering gains of over 1,500% in January when it peaked and has since taken a breather, but is still up over 800 for the year to date. However, GameStop stock expected to receive another boost today. It's up 7.74 in pre-market. GameStop stock climbed after the video game retailer said it raised $551 million in a stock sale. The fundraising initiative was meant to speed up the company's e-commerce transformation. If you look at its latest fiscal report, the company posted sales of $2.122 billion for the fourth quarter. In detail, its global e-commerce sales increased by 175% and represented 34% of net sales for the quarter. This is certainly in line with the company's recent strategy to shift towards more e-commerce. Given the excitement surrounding the company's e-commerce development, will you consider buying GameStop on the market today? This is a question that's being asked. Some of you are saying, yes, we will buy it and we will run it. We will go with it. We like the stock. Latest articles on GameStop that are out there. That's much better articles to read than some of the other fluff pieces out there. 180, 184, 182 range on GameStop right now is the volume, is the pricing. The Dow is down 19 points, S&P down 4. These two indexes are trying to break even here. The Dow wouldn't take much for it to do it, but just seems to be hanging between minus 20 and minus 50 lately. S&P down only 4. And NASDAQ down 52. And 182.08 on GameStop. And the volume now on that share, 4.5 million shares. So very quiet, slowing up, not much to get excited about at the moment on GameStop. It is just not catching a huge amount of volume at this point in time. All right, there you go. What can I say? The shares are higher, but I got to tell you, there's not a lot of excitement around the stock right now. Jane Doe says, hi, Jen. Uncle Bruce doing the show from the kitchen, that just sounds impossible. Has anyone here seen the video from a Tesla conference where some guy got on the mic and told Musk he was also a level 3 genius and asked for a seat on the board? I'm going to write to Jim Cramer and say, I was watching Stock Markets with Bruce. He ate his bagel and the price of the stock didn't increase. What's that all about? Bruce, go to the kitchen and we can do dishes with Bruce. One of the worst videos I've ever seen in my life. It haunts me. Laugh out loud. We all know when Jen's mad tossing bagels and fists. Uncle Bruce. Let's see. Did you know that the actor Terrence Howard is actually insane? He thinks he created a whole new system of math where he rejects the idea of zero and believes he is among the smartest to live. Okay. There's no such thing as nothing. Let's see. Let's go through here. Let's see. Just catching up on your comments. Nothing much else going on here. 182.04. The Dow down 22. So a quiet session here. Let's take a look at any headlines. Tech stocks coming out with earnings later today is what we're waiting for. Let's see. Not much in the way of headlines over here, to be honest with you. There is just not a lot being talked about. Let's take a look here. Just checking my other systems here, and I appreciate all of you popping by, saying hi, hanging out with me, and we are just kind of plugging along today. Yep, 1,700 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 181.58 on the stock. Yeah, not much to speak of. Bruce, if you do the show from the kitchen, can you wear one of those funny hats the chefs wear? Any new opinions on Intel? I still like it. I like it long term. 13 times earnings. I haven't got a problem with it. I think that if you buy it for at least a 1-year hold or longer, I think you can make money on it. The chip shortage will help that company despite its issues. They will make more money. There we go. Let's go. No. You could, however, pick up the ETF, the SMH ETF instead, and just grab the Vanik Vectors, and you've got Intel in it. It's at 251.90 down $1.56. The high on that ETF has been 258, the low 126 in the last 12 months. This ETF will go substantially higher, in my opinion, because of the absolute short positions of every major company. They cannot get chips quick enough. They can't get enough of the chips to satisfy their production needs. So chip manufacturers are going to be on a huge roll for the next 2 to 3 years. And I think Intel stock will do very well because it's way underpriced if you compare it to other companies on a PE multiple basis. But you have to convince yourself of that if you want to buy just that stock only, or you can decide to just hold the SMH ETF and just hold the entire sector. 60 of the leading chip manufacturers are in that ETF, and I think they're going to do that ETF. I think will do very, very well. Alrighty, thank you all of you for being here. What else is coming in? Comments from anyone else? Just double checking here. When injured in a battle, Brucey bleeds a mixture of syrup, butter, and caffeine-free Diet Coke, which is a defensive mechanism, reducing his enemies into a diabetic coma. The guy has evolved. Stockbrokers with Bruce, hypothetically speaking, if I needed to rapidly recoup losses due to FOMO buying on MVIS, how would you go about doing that? I'm asking for a friend. I'll tell you, the MVIS, look, it's down to 437 to 2212. It just has not had a big bounce back. It had a dead cat bounce from 2110 to the 22, 23 level, barely. And now it's back to 2212. 78 million shares traded. It's bad news. This is bad news that you have this kind of volume. And I think there's a wall of stock for sale that it just can't get through. And it's sitting down here. I don't like the odds of the stock having a bounce back to $30 a share right now. Not enough buying to take out the selling. 21.95 last trade on that stock. Yeah, I'd be worried about that. Okay, what does it say here? Hold on a second. I'm trying to read this comment. Okay. Yeah, no proxy materials yet from the company through various brokerage firms. Danny doesn't think that Intel is the way to go. Bruce, please look into Intel before you recommend it. Apple and Microsoft announced they will no longer buy Intel chips. They will make their own. Do not buy Intel. It's a value trap. You get in when it's cheap, and it's cheap. Going postal, I think it would have been more to do with a lack of movie exposure, shift digital. We're talking about Oscar ratings. They're very low. A Hot Rod, thank you for the $2 donation. Bruce, interesting to see UPS react to earnings. Good news is stock is up. So I'm going to go GameStop. Let's see. Let's go. Interesting. If you're long MVIS, Microvision stock, one way to try to recoup some of your cash is to, and it depends what you paid for it, but try to write a $25 call, good for this weekend or next weekend. Try to bring some cash that way. If you get $2 or $3 a share and you get taken out, you're at 27, 28. Hopefully that's a break even or better for you. On On the other hand, if it sits at 22 to 20, you keep the premium and then write a new contract again. If you can get more than that for a call, more than 10 or 15% premium, more power to you. If you bring in $3 a share right now, and you have 1,000 shares, you're bringing in $3,000. And if the stock sits at 20 to 18 to 16, you can buy more stock. Use that money to buy more stock and build up and average down, however you want to play this game. There's a few ways to play this deal. Okay. Right on. Let's see. What else is going on? We're at GameStop at 180.20 right now. Let's go. I lucked out on MVIS. I got in at a 12-month, a month or so ago. I sold it at 5 a.m. at $29.97 this morning. Well done. Well done. Let's see. Let's see. I had 15 shares, would rather lick my wounds and use the money to buy 2 GameStop shares, but your wisdom is not lost on me. And I've always had a selling problem. I just won't do it, says Dober Mamba. 179.15 on GameStop right now. Just not going very far here. We're kind of hanging around right now, kids. Not much to speak of. Volume 4.7 million on GameStop. Rather quiet right now. AMC 11.76 up 27 cents. IPOE at 17.02 up 34 cents. Gore's Holdings up 28 cents to 13.78. And Home Depot up $1.76. IBM up 37 cents. The Dow down 26. Microsoft down 85 cents. Apple down 34 cents. Tesla at 708.87. Still down $29 a share. Not yet getting any kind of a break from the selling pressure. So what we got right now, it's kind of a market we have. We had a big, strong start. We've gone quiet right now, and we're just battling through this quiet time as we are getting through this first 3 hours of the day. And that's what we have, folks. What can I say? Thank you, everybody, for hanging in. Thank you for any comments. John, I don't know about you, but I picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue. Yes, indeed. It is a quiet morning right now. There's not a lot to get excited about. At 178.46 on GameStop. We're getting little waves of buying, but we're not getting enough to run the market. But they have had a good couple of days so far, a good day and a half. We'll watch to see if another attack comes on the stock or not, or whether it is going to just inch along here. This is what we're looking at. Let's take a look here. Over here, headlines in the Wall Street Journal right now. Archegos hit tops 10 billion after UBS and Nomura losses. The banks really wrote off over 10 billion bucks. Yikes. Let's see. Yeah, China is investigating, the central government is investigating how Jack Ma won speedy approvals for his ANT Group stock listing last year, signaling that state actors are getting embroiled in the crackdown on the tech millionaire. And Google is poised to smash sales records. Alphabet will release their financials tonight. They're expected to shatter sales records with its largest ever increase in quarterly revenue, fueled by a surge in digital ad spending. Alrighty. Let's see if anything else is being talked about here that we need to know about. Let's see here. UPS posts higher quarterly revenue boosted by small businesses. Let's see. Hong Kong skyrocketing office rents are coming down to earth, apparently. Let's see what else is out there we need to maybe watch into. Who knows? who knows? Not that much other stuff. And GE posts lower sales loss on restructuring moves. Apple's pricey changes are set to boost its privacy changes. Apple's privacy changes are set to boost its ad products. And let's go through here. Travel boom is coming, says the Expedia CEO. He says that hotels will come screaming back, and you got to wonder though if they're going to be able to. They're going to have such higher expenses now with increased debt servicing costs. I think. I don't know. Microsoft earnings expected to show another quarter of gaming cloud growth. Interesting with the GameStop connection there. And let's go. Anything else being talked about here? Not a lot else, folks. This is one of these markets that's just not doing a lot for us, and we don't have a lot to celebrate at this point. It's a slow morning right now, and we have GameStop right now at 178.60. The Dow down 24. S&P down 4 points and NASDAQ down 45. Not much to get us all excited here at this point. The biggest leaders on the S&P 500 would be UPS with a 10% change, up $19 a share to $194.99. FedEx is up $14.90, up 5%. Let's see, Tesla is one of the laggards in the market right now, of course. Yeah, not much. Okay, there you have it. All right, let's move over here. Got a new member, Elizabeth Long. Elizabeth, welcome to the channel as a new member. I'm glad to have you here, another female member. Love it when the gals sign up. We are building our female viewership nicely, and thank you for becoming part of this channel's membership group. Nice to have you here. Julia DiMartini. Hi, Bruce. First time down in here. Can you explain how a margin call works? Who does it and when do they do it, etc.? Julia, a margin call is issued by a brokerage firm to a client. If you're an individual client and you have a stock, say, let's say an account, and you put in $10,000 of your own money, and you bought even GameStop, let's just say it was GameStop. You bought stock. You could have been offered margin to buy more than $10,000 worth of GameStop. The folks at the brokerage community, the brokerage house, might have said to you in an email, look, if you want to, you can buy up to $20,000 worth of GameStop with your $10,000. We'll lend you 10. You've put up 10, and we'll carry it. As long as the stock doesn't go down in value, you're okay. If the shares go up in price, say you bought 20 grand worth now, 10 is your money, 10,000 is yours, 10,000 is the brokerage firm's. Stock went up to 22,000 in value. You sell it. You have 22,000 in cash now. 10 goes to the broker. That's what you borrowed. And at the end of the month, the broker will charge you an interest rate on every day that you borrowed that money for. And the rates vary from 1.5% to 4% to 5%, depending on the firm you deal with. Some might be higher, some might be about in that 2% range. So you'll be charged a few dollars if it's only a few days that you held the position. But you made $2,000 profit. So you've turned a $10,000 investment into a $12,000 net position to you. That's the good side of a margin trade, where you're borrowing money from the broker to buy more stock and amplify a gain if you have one. The bad news is if you could also amplify a loss if the shares go down in value. So instead of going up to $22,000, if the market goes down to $18,000, the brokerage firm may give you a margin call that says, we need you to come up with $2,000 more in cash to carry this position. We'll give you until noon today to do a transfer. If you don't, we will sell you out. So let's say they sell you out. Just use an example like that. They sell your position out. It's $18,000 comes in. $10,000 goes to the broker against the loan. At the end of the month, there'll be an interest charge. What's left? $8,000 in your account. So you lost all $2,000. You make all gains, but you take all losses. Now, margin calls can be nasty because you can have a stock where you buy 20 grand worth of stock, and a week or two later, you find out, oh my gosh, it looks like I bought at the high and not at the low. The stock wasn't going any higher than after I got in. I got in at the near the high, and they've backed off to $12,000 in value. You get a margin call, it gets sold out, and there's 12,000 coming in. 10 goes to the broker. You're left with 2 grand. You got 2,000. You've lost 80% of your money, and that's the nastiness of margin on the negative side. Back to the other side, though, if you do buy 20 grand worth of stock with 10 grand of your own money and it goes to 30,000, you've made 10 grand on top of the 20 grand investment. You've doubled your money. You've got 20 grand of your money, 10 grand from the broker. Sell for 30,000, give the broker 10,000, keep 20 for yourself. You've doubled your money. So the upside is exciting and it's intoxicating, but the downside can be devastating. And so I'm mention to you as much as I can, try to avoid margin scenarios. Really, the only time you want to use margin is if you're trying to do something like you're thinking of writing a call option or 2 or 3 against stock you have, and you own 275 shares of a stock. It might be worth your while to use margin to borrow enough money from the broker to buy 25 more shares to get you to 300 shares. And now you can write 3 call contracts instead of 2 call contracts against your stock holdings. Call contract writing is an income generating. You bring money in, and whatever money you bring in would go against your margin balance. So if you borrowed $3,000 to buy some stock, but you brought $3,000 in from call premium by selling options, that money can go against your deficit, and now you have no debt at all. Or if you owe 10,000 on margin and you bring in 3,000 from option premium, there's 3 grand against the 10. And now you won't have a margin call unless the stock really drops off, because you've just reduced your margin exposure to 7,000 from 10,000. Your equity is from 10,000 to 13,000. Now I'm assuming that, let's hope that the options you write, as time goes by, they expire worthless because you wrote out of the money call contracts and they never went in the money. You keep all $3,000. You're allowed to write contracts again. And so you write another set of call contracts for another, let's say 3 grand, just an example. That 3,000 goes against the 7,000. You're down to a $4,000 balance, and you have a $17,000 or $16,000 equity balance, $4,000 deficit balance, and the shares would have to drop by 75, 80% to get any kind of a margin call now. So that's really covering you nicely. Of course, if you want to buy more stock now, you can by using margin, because you have 16,000 in equity and you only owe 4,000. You could buy more stock and raise that debit higher. You can go up easily $5,000 or $10,000. And owe maybe 10,000 again against the $16,000 equity value. You got $26,000 account now, based on whatever the value of the stock is, and that might allow you to write more options against the stock you have, bringing in more revenue, bringing this margin balance down again. It may all be a master plan on your part to, I will go up to 10,000 in margin exposure, but I'm going to immediately bring in $4,000 cash by writing these options, which will go against the 10 I owe, bringing it down to 6 and giving me lots of cushion. That's how margins work. Margin call, again, though, is when you're in trouble and you have to bring cash in to maintain your account standing in good standing. If you can't make the margin call, you can't bring in the cash or other security that is borrowable against, you will be called out, and that means you'll be sold out of enough stock to cover the balance. The broker may only sell enough stock. They might just sell enough shares to cover the shortfall and leave you alone. They won't sell all of it. They might only sell a portion of what you owe to cover the margin call if it's only $1,000 or $2,000 out of a $20,000 account. But if your account has taken a real drop this morning, in one morning you dropped $78,000 in value, you may find that you get blown out of everything and you have a cash balance in your account with an email saying, due to the fact that your account was overexposed on margin, we exercised our right as a broker to sell you out and cover the debit balance in your account. And here's your remaining cash. What do you want to do now? That can happen. JT, thank you for being a new member of this channel. Became a new member just now. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate that. If you have any other questions about how the market works, let me know. I'll try to answer it for you. Anyone can get margin called during the hedges by their brokers. It's true. Anyone can get a margin call at any time. Justin, hey Bruce, Andrew Money said he sent you an email about getting together. He's a popular YouTuber also. Would y'all do a show together? I haven't done one with him yet. I've done a show with, with Matt, and I did a show with Trey back in, January I did those. Haven't done shows with any of the other guys at this point in time. There might come a day, maybe someday, but it's not in my wheelhouse at this moment in time. But maybe someday there might be a time. Let's see, Andrew Momenty would be a good visit for you, Bruce. Thank you. Let's see. Welcome to your new president of branding, Andrea Wolf. Say hello, says William. Hello. Bruce Stories and Andrew Mo Money, TA, classic. Trey and Max. I say no way to Andrew Mo. A dude's a bot. No, not 100% sold on Mo Money, says some of my friends here. Mo Money needs to do more than reading others live, DD live. Come on, guys. Hey, Bruce, I just joined the Chillin yesterday after stream. Thanks for all your insight. John Physio, I saw that you joined us, and I'm really glad you're here, John. Welcome as a member of this channel. I welcome you with open arms. Fully Flash, I might hold off on Andrew for a little bit. Dude's generating some negative press at the moment. I did get an email yesterday. I don't know if you know this. You've heard this already by some other YouTubers, but I did get an email asking me if I wanted to, in effect, be a shill for a public company. I really couldn't. I couldn't change it any other way. It was an interesting thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this email that I got. Well, I'm pretty sure I don't want to do it. I'll tell you that. Welcome, JT. The email came in yesterday, and they asked me if I would be interested in some kind of a. The way they worded it was some kind of a advertising kind of thing. I guess was the way to I guess say it. I guess. And I was not all that impressed by it. No, that's not the one. I get so many offers that are just scary as heck. I see some of these offers and I just shudder in my boots about some of these things. I may have killed it already. In any event, I did get an offer yesterday. There was no money amount announced or anything like that. They didn't tell me how much they were going to pay me, but they were saying that we would we'd like to talk to you about your channel if you would like to make a 1 minute or 2 minute or a full video about this public company. And I found that to be kind of interesting. Yeah, here we go. Arico. Careful doing those appearances on AMC heavy channels. You know the kind of headaches this brings. Same email that Andrew got. They're trying to buy everybody. Franceschi, no money, more problems, not worth the hassle. Andrew got a shill call, played it on his bot show. Thanks for being so transparent. You're the best, Uncle B. We believe in your long-lasting more than other YouTubers. Thank you, all of you out there, for all your kind words. I've got to show you something. Check out this fireworks show right here. Isn't that great? I hope you like that. I had to blow my nose. I have to. I can't lie to you, folks. Let's go here. Hold out until the billion-dollar bagel industry comes knocking on your door. Right on. I'll at least check out before I comment too much more. Bruce, just do you. More money brings nothing to the table. He is a narrator of other people's work. If apes own 200% of the float of GameStop, theoretically, due to naked shorts, what happens during the end game? Does everyone get paid? If so, what happens if hedge funds go bankrupt? What then? Everyone gets paid. There's insurance against everything. $75 trillion of insurance to cover your positions. Do not worry. We appreciate you, Bruce. Thank you very much. Ooh, fireworks. That's awesome. I like it when Andrew has what is something on 8-bit. Oh no, what that means. The guy is smart and fun to listen to. Also, Andrew had a congressman on hoping to bring to light market manipulation. He's gonna sneeze or pee. I had to clear my nose. Yay, fireworks! Agree. No more money. That's what they're saying. Don't do it. Yeehaw. Missed these. Looks like in New York City last summer. Wow, Bruce, you have to tell us what the city that is. I can't hear the language. That actually was, I believe that is in the Canary Islands. I think that's the Canary Islands. So that could be Portuguese or Spanish. My goal is to get banned from Andrew Mose for heckling. Off goes the rocket today. How are we doing on the stock, by the way? We're at 178.96, 179.11 right now. 179.11. Okay. 179.66 on GameStop right now. The Dow down 18, S&P down 3, Nasdaq down 41. We're getting a little better there. Me when GameStop hits 1,000. Okay. Okay, we're all okay if you start chilling for a bagel company. We know what's up. There you go. Fireworks got to be worth a whole bag of something. Bruce, have you heard about the amount of Oreo filling affects market stability? Have you heard the amount of Oreo? I don't know what that means. Most likely snack. Like Bruce isn't brought out by bagels already. Bruce is a bagel show. Andrew's great. He's on our side. Been there. A-Tubit is Austin Tubit who wrote the Everything Short and other DDs. I was interviewed on the street during a parade. Was very confused. Do not do that. Where was that? Where was that? Do not do that, says John. Not sure about discrediting other people's efforts. Don't like Mo Money. Why trash the guy up? Austin, it is amazing. Getting my bagel ring now. If we're going to show hate for Andrew on his channel, then we are no different than the ones who show hate for Uncle Bruce on Andrew's channel. I agree. I don't have anything against the guy. Not really. Soren, what's messed up with Danish flag in your profile pic? Not sure what's going on with that. Free thinker, Brucey, he is 100% solid official ape. He is a college educated. He does incredible DD on Reddit. Soren, I had a long talk with CEO of a Danish version of DTCC, and he said that the only locally issued shares can obtain written certificates, so you got to trust your broker or die. Shrug. That would be great if Bruce had a whatever. I'm quite for the most part, but it's silly to think that Unky and Andrew together couldn't be a good thing. Both bring something different to intend to be open. Houston Wade is a smart guy. Ferrigan is a Swiss flag. More money sounds more right, but he's going to end up broke. Again, I don't have any problems with the guy. He has his channel. He's got his following. He has his style. He's a relatively new YouTuber. I don't know if he's been on for that long. I know the Trey has been on, I think, less than a year from what I can tell. I'm not sure. But I mean, both of these guys' channels have really exploded, as did mine. We all exploded. Matt, his channel exploded. We've all had a real nice run this year. We do our thing. We do our thing in our own way. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with anybody with doing it. It's great. What can I say? Observe thyself. Bama Babe, agree. Love me some Austin. Actually, Uncle Bruce should have him on here. What can I say? Because of the number of people playing the stock market has exploded. That's right. The number of people playing the market and looking for information has really taken off. Max, not Matt, Uncle Bruce. Oh, Max. Okay, yeah, that's right. I talked to Max. I like Max. He's all right. Just don't think it's a good idea for Bruce to collab with Andrew. Bruce does not need Andrew because Bruce. No, what? Because the number of people playing the stock market has exploded. Yes, there we are. And anyone who brings the masses information about shady hedge funds is great in my book. Let's go. I prefer Bruce sometimes and Matt. The only big difference is that Bruce doesn't own any stock, so that means no need to spread info that benefits him. new generation of people looking for new, fresh perspectives on the stocks. Yeah, so we're all unique, different in our own way. We're finding our niche. We're finding our audience. Our audience is finding us, and we're not for everybody, and that's just the way it is. And some people love my channel for about 10% of what I deliver. Some people love my channel for about 90% of what I deliver, and everything in between. And a lot of people don't care for my channel, and that's okay. It's a huge platform, YouTube. It's the planet that we can go after, which I go after. I'm looking for male and female viewers, and I love having female viewers join us and feel comfortable here. And so we're just doing our thing, and I'm doing the best I can with what I got, and everyone else doing the best they can with what they've got. You know that I'm following GameStop very closely, 179.89 by the way. And people ask me or comment about me saying, I wish he would talk about more stocks more often. And I do what I can with what I've got. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, keep doing your own thing, Bruce. It's brilliant. There's a lot of potential with this unique channel. Bama Babe, truly, and Austin has a master's in accounting, so he knows his DD. Anyone who hasn't yet hit the thumbs up button for Uncle Bruce, do it now. Bruce has bagels and Jen. I mean, he's got that too. Dear Uncle B, would you really ban a few of us who, if we wrote together in Danish here in the chat? No, you can talk all you want. Just just keep it PG rated. Diversity is good. Sarah, which makes it 200% better than other shows. Are we going to trade sideways the rest of the day? I don't know. I don't. It's 180.02. We just broke 180. Going to good point, DQ. Can you explain how outstanding orders, like say if you had a large amount of outstanding orders that can't be filled because they were way above the current market, will affect the price of a stock? They do not affect the price of the stock, ever. It means nothing. When you have a bunch of sell orders in a stock, at, let's say, GameStop, you offer stock at 200, 210, 220, 240, 260, all the way up, whatever you want. It means nothing to the market. No one cares. No one knows. No one wants to know. No one wants to care. If you have 5 million shares for sale at 181 a share, we care. That we care about because it's 5 million shares. But you got sell orders out in the open markets all over the place, up to $800 a share. We couldn't care less. The market does not give a crap, doesn't want to know, makes no difference, is irrelevant. Just so you know, it's no big deal. Richie, Bruce, you both have different perspectives. As long as there is respect for each other's profession, I don't see the problem. Well, there you go. I can finally comment, says Socrates. I can finally comment. You got to start including non-binary viewers, Brucey. You got to start including non-binary viewers. What does that mean? John, sorry, I'll stop hating on Andrew. I just don't like how he begs for likes, saying, if I get this many likes, I'll buy more stocks, basically buying free. I hear you. Bama, I'm here because it is PG rated. And Bama Babe, I thank you for that. And I'm proud of that. I'm trying to keep that going. Fathom Depths, eating my bagel right now. All bagels are good. I've already had my bagel, and it was so good today. Welcome, Fathom Depths. Hope things are going well in Michigan today. Nice to have you here. Guillote, Bruce, why do people think you are some savant who can see into the future and predict when a stock will rise, fall, stop trading? Because I can. I am a savant, and I have incredible skills, and I can train you, and I can manipulate you into doing what I want. I have that type of talent. I have that ability. I am beyond incredible. I have all the skills of the world, and I believe myself. And oh, never mind. I was just playing. It's all good. I don't know. I don't know. Bagels up. Small walls at 188, 190, supporting the price sideways. Buy volume is coming in now, though. 180.40 on the stock. Let's see if it gets them going here. Come on, GameStop. Don't just sit around. Take it to the moon. Why not? AMC 1193 coming on again. It's good to see it coming up a little bit. The Dow is down 35, S&P down 4, NASDAQ down 38. That's what we got going right now. What can I say? Folks, everybody, thank you so much for all your support. Enjoying this savant. Sir, I just realized there are a few countrymen watching you, sir. By the way, we're not rude people in Denmark. No, you're not. You're wonderful. I love Danes. Not a huge buy volume coming in right now. I'm from East Jutland. My Danish isn't very good anyways. Good question. I was taught at a young age that if you can not say something nice about something, don't say anything at all, unless it's to point out evil doings. Bomba Bay, there's a good point there. Let's see here. But we have a staircase of selling to get through. Nothing large except at 188, 190. Well, it just takes a little volume and away we go. Sally Munder, Stock Markets with Bruce. Please check out Grit Capital. Impressive resume. Maybe could get her on the channel for some small cap chats, Canadian market, financial feminism, even. All those good things. Thank you for that. Colin, Socrates, just curious, how was the ride in the phone booth time machine with Bill and Ted and Rufus? We will be around the 180 mark at the close unless we get some sort of buying catalyst. How about that? Excellent, my dude. Nice. Let's see. Denmark has embraced you, Bruce. Oh, wonderful. From 180 to 183, there's only about 6,000 shares for sale right now. It's the wiggly fingers that do it. Fergan, you are forgiven, hence being Danish. Be excellent to each other. Thank you, everybody. More money day drinks on this channel. It's all good. It's all good. Have you ever acted? I've done some amateur fun stuff, and I always act by myself. I'm always acting in the shower. Let's see. Bruce, with Bruce, two questions, and I'll be quiet for a while. The top 5 rock bands and my intuition about rapidly climbing leads led me to think there's instability. Truth to that. About rapidly climbing leads me to think there's instability. I don't know. I'm not sure. 5 rock bands. I don't know. I'll have to think about that question because there's millions of rock bands, and how do you do 5? So cool. RC diluted GameStop, and here we are hovering at 180. Yeah, that's right. We love you. Thank you, sir. A non-binary refers to, in the same sense as I was using it, humans who do not self-identify with either gender. Okay. Wild Stallions. Anton Thompson. Anton, thank you for joining this channel as the latest, greatest member of this channel. You're here with the GameStop at 180.60. Because of you, the stock's going to go higher, and we thank you all. The entire channel thanks you. We're all grateful. There are 2,300, 4,300 people here who are all watching GameStop closely. Because of you, we're going higher, and there it is, 180, 115. Thank you, Anton. You are the man. It would be nice if we get announcements from management every day this week. The price tries to run every time they speak. Hey, Anton, I just wanted to join the Danish gang. Hello, Anton. I've never shorted a stock. Do you only pay margin fees if the stock price goes higher than your initial sell price? I'm considering shorting Coinbase, just a small portion to try it out. You pay on the entire value of the stock. So 180, 177, we're going higher. Thanks, Anton. So if you're shorting a share, you're going to pay on the $300 value on the stock. You're going to pay the higher the shares go, the higher the carrying costs will be, and the more margin you need to put up, because right now you have to put up all the proceeds from the sale of the stock plus an equal amount or half as much at least additionally. And if shares go up higher, you have to put up more money. 182 on GameStop. Thank you, Anton. So keep that in mind if you're going to do it. If you want to make money on the downside, buy a put contract or 10 or 20 or whatever you want. We're watching him, so he's acting. Welcome, Anton. Anton's made it go up 171, 180, 178. There you go. Hi, Anton. Anton, you're here. Welcome, Anton. Oh, boy. Welcome, Anton. Let's see. Bruce, you're the best. Thank you, NTPC. Thank you. Appreciate that. I do what I can, you know. Thanks for raising the stock price, Anton. 182. He's got it going. How many Danes are here? Anton, you made it. Let's see. We're all non-binaries here. Today marks exactly 1 year since I quit alcohol. Gotta say, it feels pretty good. Way to go, Richie. Ready? Yeah, it's time. Yeet, rethinker. Soren, thank you for this super sticker. 200 Danish krona super sticker. That is the largest donation of the day for this channel. That is by far the largest donation I've received today, and I thank you very much. 181.31, except for Anton's donation about moving up the market. This is the largest donation. that has come through, and I appreciate it very much. Had to get it started. Anton in the house. Soren is an MVP. Bruce, regarding rock bands, ELO, BTO, that's the question. Do you go for good, or do you go for fellow countrymen? Well, what kind of bands? I like them all. I mean, I like rock bands from all over. Have forever. The tastes change as you mature out. You remember your teenage years, you remember your 20s, you remember your 30s, and so it evolves. And these bands are awesome, of course. I remember being really into Chicago in the early days, like from '68 to '72. I was really into Chicago, and then into the Eagles, and that's not necessarily a rock band, but it is a kind of a rock band. It varies. BTO, of course, yes. ELO here. The Traveling Wilburys. Love those guys. Love those guys. Short little project, but it was fun while they had it going. Love Queen. Enjoy Mott the Hoople. All the Young Dudes. Love that song. All the Young Dudes. David Bowie. Love David Bowie. All kinds. I got that Swiss flag money. Right on. Thank you, everybody, so much. All of these kind words, donations. Led Zeppelin, yeah. The Doors, there's another one. Danish Crow, is that worth like 25 cents? Queen, Jim Morrison, The Doors, have lived longer, if only, right? Bob, I've seen Bob Dylan over 50 times. Love Queen. Jim Croce was cool, come and gone. Unfortunately, yeah. Traveling Wilburys, that's cheating. That was a band. They were a band. Of course, the Beatles, obviously. The Stones, off and on. Love the Stones. Love Pete Seeger, Bob Seeger, Journey, Foreigner. More than five, of course. Whatever. If you love Led Zeppelin, you got to check out Greta Van Fleet. Love the Who. Let's see. Let's go. Beatles, Stones, England, Quilt, Great from Death. There you go. $1 is 6 Danish krona. So, yeah, that's a nice donation. It really is. Been listening to Zed Leppin, Physical Graffiti, great rock and roll album. If Bagels could sing, Tom Petty, love Tom Petty. Oh man, hit after hit, phenomenal. Journey, yes. Total Freedom, Richie, you will get there. Kiss rocks, Mike. Thank you, Mike. With the float only being around 27 million, is it possible shorts have already covered minus the projected 19% or so reported short? Unlikely that with all the positions out there, that's happened. 181.46 on the stock. Was on the REM kick this weekend. Robert Plant as a solo artist, very, very good. Yes. What can I say? Love the stuff. Jane Doe, I really enjoy his fans more than his music. Love Tool, hate their fans. Everyone at the Tool concert either got rich by owning a trailer park or currently lives in a trailer park. What about punk? I love Billy Idol. There's some stuff that he did I like. Bruce, what is the Canadian show that was on for years with the dude in his lake shack and had his doofus nephew on as its a sidekick? Seemed like sketch comedy. Did you and Jen watch it? Dude on the lake. I don't know. Does anybody know that one? I'm not sure if I know. Saw Page and Plant live a long while back. That was pretty good. Tom Petty, amazing, but the fact that he sings so many tragic songs in major key makes him stunning. For me, actually hearing his lyrics in most songs are super dark. Bruce, before you rest, a quick story from your dad's shop. Pretty please. My dad's music store. Oh my. How low do you think GameStop will go today? Jimi Hendrix, the GOAT. Guys, I can say with complete certainty I do not have music in common with 99.9% of you. Led Zepp, my favorite all time. Pink Floyd, you'll never beat. Michael Jackson, Red Green. Love stuff like the 60s. I love like the Association and loved some of the Mamas and Papas stuff. Love Motown. I love Motown from the 63, 62 to 69, 70. Oh, the Motown sound. Oh, I loved it. Detroit Motown. Man, I loved it. Really great move. The Red Green Show might be the one you're thinking about. That could be it. That could be it. Let's see here. Store stories. Before we pack it in, my dad's store story from his music store. I was thinking. I mean, it's so many years ago. Gosh, just, just. There were days where you had people coming in who were just wasting your time, and you had to be polite to them. You had to be the nice, the polite store owner and the gracious host, and you're just hoping that you're making brownie points with these people. But then there were times where no matter what you did, even my own sports store, I had a store selling hockey jerseys and NFL jerseys, and I had T-shirts and I had caps and keychains and coffee mugs and beer steins and millions of items in my sports store. And you'd have a customer come in and they would try on a medium-sized hockey jersey or a large size, and they'd look at it and think about it, and then about 2 weeks later they come walking into your store wearing the jersey that they had tried out in your store. And you find out eventually through a friend of theirs or something that, oh yeah, they bought it online. They came into your store to try it on to see what size, and then they bought it online. And they saved $10. And, you got nothing. You wasted your time. You paid the rent on this place, and you were the fitting room for an online seller. You found out. You heard about that. But then there were times where a customer would come into my sports store wearing a hockey jersey that they bought for $250, and they were all proud of it because it's a game-worn jersey and it's autographed. And you take a good look at it and you realize it's a fake, it's a knockoff, it's not game-worn, and that's not a real autograph. And I don't say anything. I just go, oh, that looks really cool, way to go, But the reality is they just spent $200 too much instead of a $50 knockoff jersey. They just dropped $250 on something they thought was worth $500. That happens too when people don't go with the experts, I suppose. I guess that's part of it. But yeah. Thank you, everybody. Red Green, the Red Green Show. Oh my gosh. Rolling Stones. Elvis was great. Some people like Rush. Love Motown. Old school's the best. Motown, baby. Definitely. The Clash. That was kind of fun for one. I liked Elvis Costello too. ZZ Top. I like those guys. Ice-T and the Kinks. I like the Kinks. Fantastic. Did anyone come by kazoo? Yeah, we sold kazoos. Oh yeah, we sold them for sure. Let's see. That was nice of you, Bruce. Let's see. Yeah. Did you sell curling brooms? No can do. Folks, thank you for joining me this morning for this morning show. We've been on the air for a little over 3 hours today. And we're at 180.16 on the GameStop, and we're going to find out as the day wears on how it does. I'll be back on the air at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern Time, 1 hour before the close of the market. And we'll close out the day and check out the first hour of the aftermarket, see what's going on for us. Hopefully the market will continue to perform for GameStop. The Dow is down 24.9 points, S&P down 2, NASDAQ down 35. That's what we have at this point. Hopefully we'll get a little more activity and a little more improvement in the market, but it is what it is. After the close today, we get results from Alphabet, which is the Google Corp, and others. And tomorrow and Thursday, a lot more results for financials. So we'll keep on top of all of those. Noticing that Tesla right now is still down $24 at $7.13, but it is at its best level of the day since the opening. So it's improved a tad. We'll keep an eye on that. GameStop 180.26. Thank you, everybody. AMC 11.99. Go AMC. Keep going. We've got IPOE at 17.13. Gores Holdings at 13.83, up 33 cents. and I'm very pleased to see these SPACs improving in price for you. And we'll wait for those mergers to be completed and then hang on to your hats. It should be a lot of fun. Okay, everybody, we'll see you at 3 o'clock today. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. I appreciate that. I love today's show. Thank you, Jane, so much. And all of you guys, all these great groups, love that. And thank you for morning chillin' with Uncle B. Is a pleasure as always. I love solid gold. And thank you guys. We'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Alrighty. And pretty 100 to improve it. Hope you guys have a great day. And thank you all. Yeah, Fine Young Cannibals, great band. Really like that music. Love you, Bruce Seals 3. See ya. Okay, guys. Bye for now. We'll see you.